All right, well, you're seeing me for the first time. We are about to go live here for the Fast Family Racing League Cup Series All Star Race at Bristol. As you can see the screen behind me right there, I'm looking at my phone because it's telling me something. Ricky, how you feeling today, buddy, about the race? We're about to get going here for the All Star race.
Atlanta, hey, how you doing, my friend? I am so glad to be here. So glad to kick this off. Drivers right now trying to get qualifying underway. We'll be with them shortly. As any all-star race is special, this one here tonight even more so because we've got a couple of giveaways in the works.
Yep, that is exactly correct, Rick. We do have some giveaways tonight. We originally just had one from Chickenfoot Racing, but Mr. Slide Jump heard they did that, and he went ahead and matched that donation. So we're going to be looking at a NASCAR Heat 5 for Xbox, a copy of that here tonight being given away, and the December pack going to be given away as well here tonight. So let me get closer to the mic and kind of put it right here. So if you look right there, this is for Chickenfoot Racing, Ace Petty being the one who did give that away here tonight, and several events they have planned for the 2021 season, including their marquee event, the triple header clash on NASCAR, IndyCar, and F1 in one weekend. So that will be very entertaining as well. You can go to Chickenfoot Racing's website to follow their social media, their accounts and calendars, so you're ready for their fast-paced schedule. It's coming up here in January, guys. So you can see down there, it's Chickenfoot Racing, got Atlanta Racing, and Rick James TV1. That's the one who was in here with me. It used to be I Am Rick James, but he has changed it. It's Rick James TV1 now. So if you want to give it away, or a chance for that giveaway, we'll have that going here as the races start here shortly. What we're going to go over here to qualifying real quick and see what these guys have. What you thinking, Rick, so far for qualifying?
I'm thinking these drivers are going to have to take their time. They're going to have to be careful in these opening laps because the open is win in, you're in, essentially. With a couple provisos there, but everybody's going to be going for the first position there, and everybody needs to be mindful that it's going to be one of the most hard contested laps of this evening, is this open.
Yep. It's going to be a fantastic race, I think. I've watched these Fast Family Racing guys race a lot, so it's going to be interesting to see who is going to come out on top. In our Chevy, yeah, the voice does not really match the face, especially since I look so young. So that camera definitely helps put a face to the voice, but we're going to be looking as going around the track now. Let's see, Odd Coast having a great race last night. Mr. Slide Job setting that race around here, or that pace lap per se, here at Bristol Motor Speedway. He's going to get into the wall a little bit, but we'll be racing here shortly. They're going to have a open here at the beginning, and then we'll be headed into that all-star race. So a couple of these guys, I believe, can... let's see, over-under on people dive-bombing the corner tonight. More than a cape, I'm sure you and In and our Chevy know best. It's probably going to be a pretty high probability that there is going to be a lot of that, especially as the tires start wearing down and guys are going to be able to hold it as well on the bottom. I think we're going to see some sliding up and maybe some incidents here at Bristol. So, Rock NASCAR, greatly appreciated, man. I went ahead and got the Logitech C922 Pro Stream. I just set it up probably an hour and a half ago, so I need to mess with the settings. And I also have, I can do it later, but I have a multitude of lights around the studio that are different colors that I can change, and I think it kind of messes with the camera, so I'll have to mess with that as well. See how I can do it. But Rick James, what are you thinking about Bristol as far as you've raced here in the past? Do you think there is a high probability of guys kind of dive bombing those corners as the race progresses and tire wear and fuel consumption comes into play more and more?
Absolutely, especially as drivers get more desperate in the later legs of this open. They're going to need to look for any opportunity to overtake and keep their first place position, or possibly move another driver out of the way. patience should be exercised in those opening laps, but with 5 to go, all bets go right out the window.
Yep, I couldn't agree more, man. Well, I think everybody is done qualifying, and Mr. Slidejob should be finishing up these laps here momentarily. But I'm ready for some racing. I am ready. Rick James, appreciate it. He's in here, so he's donating and he's in here. It's a double, but it's going to be exciting, and I'm ready to give away this December. What is it? A DLC code. Get the champion Chase Elliott's paint scheme and a bunch of different cool things, and then we're actually giving away a copy of a NASCAR Heat 5 for Xbox. So the thing is if you already have it, you can give it away to a friend or somebody who maybe has been on the fence of not having it. But let me go ahead and mute some of these guys who have joined the party here late. I do not want to hear their voice during this broadcast. Rick James, how was your Christmas? It's been a while.
Oh, thanks for asking, pal. It's been a fantastic while, man. But sitting back in the booth fits like a glove with back with you or with Pete or with any of the three amigos that we do, man. But I digress. No, my Christmas was fantastic. I sat in the couch all day and I watched basketball. So
Nice.
It was a successful holiday. How about you, pal? You have any fun Christmas stories?
Well, not really. Not any fun Christmas stories. Lots of, unfortunately, COVID cases among the family. My grandfather, unfortunately, fell 2 days ago and has to have a partial hip replacement surgery tomorrow. So that is not fun. So, yeah, it was fun, but it was also kind of depressing. So, hopefully, we'll see if, it gets a little better here in the next couple of weeks. The winter time, I guess you could say.
All right, we're almost ready to go here. We got about a minute away from finishing qualifying.
All right, well, you hear it right there. That's going to be the voice of Mr. Slidejob. Greatly appreciate all the hard work and effort he puts into the Fast Family Racing League and, this all-star race all coming together. So it's fun. Me and Ricky being in the party. Wish we could get repeat in here, but have the trio. We got the duo, then we got the trio. You know what I'm saying? So we'll get the trio back here shortly. And I know for my first
cool thing.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead there.
Another cool thing to watch tonight too is you're going to see 3 different color spoilers on the cars tonight. The white spoilers are going to indicate a Cup Series driver. A red spoiler is going to indicate an Xfinity Series driver, or National Series as we call it in Fast Family. And a blue spoiler is going to indicate a Truck Series driver.
Well, you heard it from the man right there. Those are those color schemes matching whatever Slidejob just said for tonight's race. I was fixing some settings as he talked, as I always try to utilize that time. So Mr. Slidejob wrapping it up right here. All the cars taking it around Bristol one more time, and we'll be headed for this open race. Greatly appreciating everybody tuning in. And probably about halfway through, actually probably in about 10 to 15 minutes, I'll start the giveaways. One's going to take an hour and 5 minutes to complete, and the other is going to take an hour and 20. The first being for the DLC giveaway, and the second being for that copy of NASCAR Heat 5 for Xbox. So make sure to tune in and stay put for this race here shortly. Rick James, if you were racing this Bristol race tonight for the All-Star race, what would be your strategy?
Patience. Patience over everything, Atlanta. These cars need to get a bit used to each other. Space is going to be a premium, obviously, because this track is only so wide and it's only half a mile long. So one mistake could really be the end of my evening. I would advise these drivers to be patient, and I would advise them to make a passing opportunity when there is a clear, defined space for the race car.
I definitely feel it. Hold on. Rick, More Than Cave says, Rick, is UNC scored on Miami again? I don't know. I don't know. Rick, do you know what that means? I'm guessing.
Yeah, I know exactly what he's talking about. Just some college, some collegiate athletic rivalry.
That's what I figured, man.
I'll remain neutral for now.
I figured. I didn't know if it was a good thing or a bad thing, so we'll just leave it at that as we are waiting for Mr. Slidejob to send us that invite, and then we will be underway here momentarily. But yep.
We are getting ready here. The pole winner for the Open is a National Series driver, Marty F. with a 15.726. And we're going to get rolling here in just a second. 13% race, 65 laps tonight.
Well, it cuts off just like that. I thought he was going to say something else, but I guess not.
Send you guys an invite. Don't accept this just yet.
All right. Well, that invite has popped up, and we will be taking that momentarily. But in the meantime, I'm going to sit here and hover over the invite. Rick James, appreciate those bits. I think I'm like $35 away from my next check, so on Twitch, that will be nice. Going to be doing some iRacing streaming here as well, probably in the next few weeks. Been playing that a lot, but got a league or two that has been wanting me to announce, so we will be doing that with them. Slidejob, just let us know whenever we are good to go. Well, it's about silent.
All right, you can go ahead and accept that invite. We're going to get rolling.
All right, well, there is that invite right there from Slidejob, or should I just say the AOK, to come in. And I'm going to throw up that caution, even though we are not under caution, just throwing that up so we can get that green flag graphic up when it needs to be. But let's get the giveaways going. So I'm going to start this giveaway. Can I do 2 giveaways at one time? Oh boy, can I? Rock NASCAR, greatly appreciate that, buddy. Alright, so it looks like I can only do 1 giveaway at a time. So I know how to combat that. Well, it doesn't matter, because it looks like we're green flag racing at Bristol.
Odd Coast 08 on the outside in that number 84 custom Ford, and now to the inside, trying to take the position away at the front of this race, leading the first lap at Bristol. Marty in that Flex Seal black and red Camry, that yellow number 7, leading this one. Odd Coast in second, riding the wall. Atlanta already having to check up to stay off of it. A couple of cars breaking away early on.
Yeah, these guys going to have to be careful here at Bristol. I know it is easy to just go into that turn a little bit faster than you want to try to gain some position, but you know, you just got to take it easy and just try to let it work out. That's one thing I've really learned racing here in the past couple of weeks, is sometimes you just got to take it easy for a little while and hope it all works in your favor, because you know, getting aggressive here at the beginning is not going to be good for anybody. And we are seeing Marty F 2412 so far be great here at Bristol. But we're looking back here behind Odd Coast, and it looks like this green car of Nilla MG has been a little bit slicey-dicey back here. I think he got into odd just a little bit, but we're just going to be keeping an eye on him for just a little bit, Rick.
Nilla currently sitting third in that number 6 lime green Ford. 60 laps remaining in this open. Nilla struggling to hang on to third. That's Lewis 799 in that red yellow number 4 machine to his inside. Right behind him in that 10 car, Zachary 7007, who's trying to force his way through in that number 10. What is that? The Nutra Chops Mustang. And look at that, a little bit of distance between these drivers here at Atlanta, but now that lime green of Nilla back to 5th place at the front. Marty still leading. He's McFlying away with this lead.
Well, talking about Marty McFly, I bought myself a 124 DeLorean today, so that is pretty cool. But Marty is leading this race here tonight at Bristol, and man, has he got it up to 88 miles per hour. He has taken off and is just away from all of these other guys. He's in part 2, and they're still in part 1 at the Under the Sea Dance. There, Ricky, what you thinking about this race here so far? I don't know Marty too well. Haven't seen him much on NASCAR Heat 5. Is he a driver that you're familiar with? Oh, it says In-N-R Chevy says Marty is fast at Bristol.
55 laps to go next time he crosses the line, and he needs no help from the dock because Marty is just flying away in that red and black machine, and he's leaving that competition in his dust. Forget a sequel. They're going to need up to 3 parts to make this happen. The 84 of Odd Coast, incredibly slow. Second corner now making contact with the 66 out of turn number 4. That's Slushy in that black Sirius XM Camry rounding up the rear. 53 to go next time by.
Yep, Slushy, a driver we saw last night at Eldora, did pretty good with that 66 trying to make his way into this all-star race here tonight with the Fast Family Racing League, and he's going to give a big old bump to the car in front of him. And I don't know exactly, I think that was going to be the 84 of Odd Coast, who was unfortunately fallen back. He was running second. He is now running 5th here, or actually 6th here tonight at Bristol. It looks like Marty has actually got such a lead that when you're looking back, you can barely see the other cars as he's rounding that corner, but somebody is slowly catching up.
Odd Coast in that 84, he's fallen off the pace. Meanwhile, Nilla in that 6, starting to gain more ground at the front of this one. Marty looking in his rear view mirror, and that red number 4 of Lewis 799 channeling his inner Hamilton and really pushing the envelope. Now 16 laps into this 65 lap open. Blink and you might miss it, Atlanta. These drivers taking very good advantage of this open space.
Yep, you're exactly right. 65 laps seems like it might be a lot, but it is not a lot here at Bristol. Very, very short distance compared to other tracks, so these drivers really going to have to grind it out and try to get it done here in only 65 laps. So we'll see as we are on board with Lewis. He is currently in 2nd place, watching the cars behind him battle it out. Honda 1 MX1 or 112. I haven't even heard of him before, but he is racing here tonight in the 13 car, doing great so far. In-N-R Chevy says come to iRacing and we'll try it out. I couldn't agree more there. In-N-R Chevy iRacing being a great, I feel like, pedestal up into the esports e-racing community. And one thing is I have a 3-month membership to give away to somebody who's never played iRacing. It's got to be a new member, so I am giving that away on my first iRacing stream, as well as that Xbox copy of NASCAR Heat 5 here tonight, and the December DLC giveaway. We'll be giving away both of those here in about an hour. So, Ricky, what you seeing so far from Marty, and do you think he'll end up being one of the top cars here tonight? I don't know if anybody really looks like they could be in contention.
Alec Baldwin.
He is just too fast at the front of this race with a 44 laps to go. The next time they cross the line, sitting in that 2nd position, that red number 4 of Lewis right there holding on to P2, but directly behind him, Honda 1M in that black number 13 KBB Mustang. These two Fords, nose to tail, battling for position as they try to make it into the transfer position to the All-Star tonight. Everything to play for, Atlanta, and as the laps wind down, these drivers have less and less to lose. Eventually, the desperation will set in. The answer to everything, 42 laps to go. 42
laps to go. We are winding down this race very quickly, but Marty F2412. Man, couldn't get a better name than Marty and couldn't get a better sponsor for his car. It's going to be Flex Seal here tonight at Bristol for this Bass Pro Shops NRA night race. But, man, he is just taken away here tonight. Oddco's doing great, but, you know, just couldn't hold it up for the rest of the race. He has fallen back quite a bit. Looking at Nilla MG, he's just trying to hold on in that 6 car. Slushy trying to get up there as well. And Lewis still in second, but a slingshot away from the leader of Marty.
Atlanta, you said earlier you've got a DeLorean diecast?
Yes, sir. I collect these NECA figures. I'll show them on stream one day, or show one of them, but they're like 7-inch to the movie scale figures. I've got like Terminator, Predator, Alien, Tron, and then I've got Back to the Future. So I've got like Biff, Marty. Doc was actually released today, and I went to Best Buy to pick up one of my friend's Christmas present, and I saw that DeLorean, and I was like, that would look really good with all those NECA figures I have. So yes, sir.
Is pretty cool.
It is.
Something else that's cool is that we've got green flag pit stops underway. The 84 of Odd Coast has decided to come down pit road with about 40 laps remaining. Lewis trying to hang on to third, but he's got that number 10 Nutrichomps Ford on the outside. You saw it too. Zachary 7007 getting more than his fair share of a big bite out of the wall.
Yeah, big time right there, wall banging, and that's not what you want to see here at Bristol. That can lead to some very, very aggressive driving from everybody, because when you see that, it just makes you mad, and if you're in it, man, it's going to make you even more mad. So we're watching Lewis right now just trying to get to the back of what I think is Honda 1 right there. I don't know why Jersey Devil invited me to play. I don't know what's happening, but
Somebody needed an invite to watch.
Oh,
sorry about that.
Sorry. No, you're good. Sorry, I forget that when you invite, you can do the invite everyone. So that's my bad on that one. But man, oh man, what a race so far as we got some banging back here. Zachary 7007 is in the wall 2 times, and he is going to try to cut off that car right there. I believe that is going to be Slushy. Let's go take a look back at Slushy's car. And yes, sir, I am correct. He is going to be trying to cut it down. And man, oh man, exactly what I'm talking about. Wall banging, bringing out that aggressive driving, Rick.
That number 10 Mustang has lost the plot, and the Nutrichomps Mustang is trying to hang on and bite the racetrack rather than the outside wall. Slushy a bit frozen in the back there, but he's trying to make sure that Sweet Treat gamer tag sees a little bit more than last place. Zachary 7007, he needs a 7008th reason to stay off that wall and make his way through this field. The laps are winding down here with less than 32 laps remaining in this open. The drivers will need to pit at some point. The 84 of Odd Coast, the only one to pit so far, finds himself in last, a couple of laps down. But did he come down sooner rather than later?
I don't know, but the 84 right there is going to be contact with Lewis just a couple of times on that back straightaway as we head to the front out of turn 4. It looks like that 84 car is going to be able to pull out ahead of the 4. Man, oh man, some crazy racing so far. Let's go check at Odd Coast as he is trying to catch up to the leader. Let's go look at Marty actually and look from behind. And man, what a substantial lead, but it looks like there is one car that is slowly getting up there. I believe that is that Honda. Yes, sir, Honda 1. I think he is actually gaining on that leader, Rick, and we might see some great racing here by the end of the race. And I don't know if this is customer preset, Slidey.
This is a preset.
Preset right there from our manager, Slidey. So there you go, More Than a Cape. And if you do want to become a part of the Fast Family League, you can contact Mr. Slidejob 1996 on Twitter or Xbox, and he will provide you with all the information you need to become a part of one of Xbox NASCAR Heat 5's top leagues. Well, there goes Honda 1. He's going into pits. Yep.
Everyone's okay.
Well, Slidejob saying one car had spun right there. We're going to be taking a look. It looks like Honda... Actually, no, I'm so sorry. Marty still going to be in the lead. He has not pitted yet.
Marty still in the lead in that number 7. Coming out of that 4th corner, you can see the car starting to wiggle. He's losing a little bit of that control. Not going too fast just yet, but he takes another lap off. While Odd Coast still sits in last, waiting for these drivers to come around. The leader in Marty has almost the entire field 2 laps down. But Atlanta, that 7 car, is making more and more contact with the outside wall, and he's lost grip in that race car.
You couldn't be more correct there, and I don't know if I'm going to say this right. Enia Conman says, "What's up, Ricky?"
Enia Conman.
Enia. Okay, that's like saying E-I-E-I-O. I don't know how to say it, but he says, "What's up?" or they say, "What's up, Ricky?"
NASCAR. Yeah,
that's my man, Dr. Bush, a.k.a. Dr. Bush, for those that know. A tip of the hat to ENEA. They'll be starting their league here in a couple of weeks at Daytona.
Well, sounds like a fantastic time. Hopefully, Ricky, if you're doing any work with them, might hop in the booth with you for a race. Left to see some leagues getting their feet in the ground and getting ready to do some new racing as More Than a Cape says aluminum. Randerson 247, Falling Cries 420. Well, there he is right there.
It's going to be a caution out.
Caution is out on the track.
With less than 20 laps to go, Atlanta, the yellow flag is coming out into this open, and this just dashed a lot of spice on this open, and if you couldn't handle the flavor before, it's going to be a lot hotter now. So it's going to be a shootout with fewer than 20 laps remaining. The 7 of Marty yet to pit. We'll have to see if everybody else decides to come down pit road, but it's so far been the Marty show up until now.
Yeah, man, it really has, and Honda has been trying to catch up the entire time. He's been doing a great job, but we've got the caution out now that's going to restack things. And Randerson, greatly appreciated, man. You'll hear Rick James here tonight, and he is one of the best as well. So, you know, go to his channel and watch some of his streams if you want to see some great NASCAR Heat and F1 streaming. But we will see where these guys end up as we will be restarting here shortly for this open event. But I don't know what is going to happen. We'll see. And if you want to enter the raffle here tonight, make sure you do exclamation raffle to enter. If you're a subscriber, if you want to subscribe, you can get some extra points. So that is to enter for the DLC, and we'll be doing the other giveaway as well. We won't be able to run it actually until after this one's done. So be on the lookout for that. Or I might just do whoever wins this can pick which one they want, and I'll do the other one for the other thing. Well, it looks like a lot of cars headed down into pits, Rick, but most of them coming out right now. It's going to be very, very, I always say interesting, but, it's just weird to see sometimes because some guys forget to pit and they end up trying to race and spin out, or they pull down and cause something. It's just weird. All right, in an R Chevy, so we'll see, but let me go grab something for my dog Herman.
I told him.
Sit. Well, you just gave my dog a bone. Herman got a bone. Yeah, right. Rock NASCAR, you are correct. Herman just received his bone. He loves it. And he is now chomping on that thing. My dad, he always says, I love to get my grandpuppy stuff. So he got my dog a big old stocking for Christmas with a lot of bones he likes. He knows exactly what bones Herman likes best, so.
That's an incredible sponsor of Twitch Atlanta. I did not know that for 600 fan points, or what they call them, give treats to my pet. That's and I think now everybody, including myself, are going to spam this, and now we're all just going to demand that you give treats to your pet. I don't know if this is healthy for your pet anymore, but it sure is entertaining.
Well, I will tell you one thing. Whenever he gets done with that bone, he will get some bacon strips, as we are about to go green flag racing here at Bristol Motor Speedway, and we are underway once again for this open event. Thank you for following Randerson247, and once again, exclamation point raffle if you want to get entered to win tonight.
Marty, 11 laps to go in this open stage, and while your dog is over there getting treats and bacon strips, the oil is starting to bubble and fry in the pan at the front of this race, Atlanta. Marty trying to hang on desperately, but that lime green number 6 of Nilla opening the door and now trying to make his way in. Less than 10 laps to go in the open.
Man, 10 laps to go. Very, very, very short amount of time. This is nowhere the length of most tracks on the NASCAR circuit, so we will see how it ends up. But a lot of anxiety and anger can start building up as we are seeing a driver trying to, the 6 car right there, getting into the side panel of the 7. That would have spun you in most games. Doesn't in this one, though. That's pretty nice feature. But, man, it just kind of makes me feel like it maybe sometimes not as realistic when you get those big side bumps right there. But that 6 car is trying to battle it out right there with Marty and get up to the top. Who is that right there? It's going to be Nilla MG.
Now as they cross the line, Atlanta, they're going to have less than 7 laps to go.
Oh, man.
7-6 leading this race. Toyota, Ford, nose to tail. The lime green of Nilla really turning the screw, applying the pressure. They cross the line, and there's less than 3.5 miles remaining in the open. Nilla scrapes the wall. He is really giving it everything.
Man, he is trying to get past that Marty F 2412 car, but he has not been able to yet. We saw him dip back under the inside earlier during that turn 3 move, as we are seeing him do right now. It's going to trip up Marty just a little bit, watching that driver in his rearview mirror or just to the side, and he got into that wall, but he is still battling it out, and they're going to make just a little bit of contact as they come through the start-finish line. Out of turn 2, Marty still in the lead, but just by a nose hair, Rick.
7 makes a little bit of contact with 6, riding the outside. 6 giving it a full send into the corner and getting a good run off of 4. 6 to the inside. They make contact at the dead heat across the line. Nilla lags back as Marty gives it a full send down into 1, clean out of 2. 7, 6, 66. Top 3 coming across the line. Less than 4 laps to go.
Man, this is the end, the all-out run for this Bristol race for the Open here tonight for the Fast Family League. Rick, this 6 car is going to do something, I feel like, soon. He's either going to wreck or he's going to get on by this 7. I don't know what's going to happen, but Rick James, thanks again, buddy. It's like the 3rd donation tonight. That's a G right there. That's a friend.
5 bits at a time, the 6 of Nilla to the inside of car number 7, and that's going to be the end of the Open. Nilla MG just edging out Marty.
Oh my gosh.
Slushy in 3rd, Honda 1-4, Lewis 5th, Zachary 6th, Odd Coast 7th, 2 laps down. The 6 of Nilla MG is your Fast Family All-Star Open winner.
Man, oh man. Okay, go ahead, Slide Job, our commissioner.
I was going to say, as timing and scoring goes, Nilla MG is going to be declared your winner. He's going to take the 4th from last spot in the All-Star Open, followed by Marty F. And Slushy, the Truck Series driver, is going to be the last transfer spot.
Well, oh well, man. We'll find out who is going to actually be the All-Star here in just a few moments, but greatly appreciate everybody donating and doing those points and everything. I am like $35 away from that $100 tier I need to get to again. I think I've got like 60 something, so or 65ish. So exclamation point raffle is the code you want to type down if you want to win here tonight. Giving away those 2 things. Ricky, how are you feeling about this all-star race as we will be loading in here in just a moment?
I'm just so happy that we're finally going to get this underway with so many drivers fighting for a prize tonight. We've got a giveaway in the chat. A lot of fans participating with us tonight.
I'll
There's
be right
so
back.
much to play for.
Yep, and I think they actually have a prize pool here tonight. I know it is upwards, getting up there. I know it's up there, so that's going to be exciting for these drivers to be able to, actually race for some cash here tonight and maybe win some after Christmas money. Everybody's it's COVID right now, so everybody needs money. Well, 41 minutes remain and only 2 people have entered. I don't know why. I guess because I don't know why.
It's a raffle, and now let's go ahead and give explain some of the details about this raffle, Atlanta. We're giving away. Explain it again to the fans. What exactly are we giving away tonight?
Well, we are giving away a copy of NASCAR Heat 5 and a copy of the DLC December pack. For some reason, I am noticing here, Rick, that it is actually not allowing some people to enter the raffle. I'm watching people on the stream do it, but I'm going to actually have to just like type in the names or something and hit random because I don't know why it's not doing that. It's only showing 2 people, so that is very, very odd.
Well, technical difficulties won't stop us at all, but just so I understand you correctly, as long as a fan types in !raffle, they're entered to win a copy of NASCAR Heat 5. Is that right?
Yep, you are exactly correct. And so if you look how Nicholas Nation, greatly appreciate you tuning in, did it. He did the raffle with that 6. It looked like it recognized that. So if you do it the way Nicholas did, if you just kind of copy and paste what Nicholas did, Nicholas Nation 04, that is the way to do it. Because whenever he did it, it did it in more than a cape. I greatly appreciate that, sir. I don't know if those are, I don't know how the bits work on this thing. So I greatly appreciate it. Oh, it's
now, this
party.
Copy of NASCAR Heat 5, Atlanta. Is this a copy that's this is something that's for Xbox?
Yeah, this is going to be a copy of NASCAR Heat 5 for Xbox, and then the DLC pack is for Xbox as well, and this is all going to be from Chickenfoot Racing. I hate that I have to wear this here on the stream, this headset. Usually I do have my AirPods in, but yeah. NNR Chevy says he needs a PC copy. I definitely agree. It would be cool to have a copy of NASCAR Heat 5 on here. But Rick James, again, greatly appreciated, man, as we are waiting for Mr. Slide Job to get it going. But if you look just behind me here, we do have some NASCAR Heat memorabilia. Got the iRacing Chase Elliott truck right there. I've got a Jeff Gordon Busch Series car. Chase Elliott, Charlotte Wynn. There's a Dale Earnhardt, I think it's a 89 car, and a couple of other Chase Elliott cars. Some cool stuff. So that is the room, and if you could see everything else, you would see a lot of stuff. So, yep. Well, we're just waiting for Mr. Slide Job to give us the okay. It looks like a lot of people are leaving this party for some reason. Not too sure why, but. Oh, it looks like Mr. Slide Job has actually left this party. I don't know where he went. Alright, well, we'll be waiting on Mr. Slide Job, and we'll see what he has here for us shortly. But I do have to wear these headphones a little weird, because if I don't, I can't hear anything. But everybody's leaving this. Ricky, do you know what is happening?
I haven't the foggiest, but I'm assuming that these drivers are probably having a little bit of communication issues for one reason or another. Hopefully we'll have all of this sorted out so we can go racing soon.
Yeah, I hope so as well. And there we go, Mr. Slide Job. What the heck just happened? Everybody left.
Say that one more time?
What happened? Everybody left.
Oh, the drivers are jumping into the Discord and getting ready to go here. We're just had to take some information from those open transfers, and we're gonna get the driver intros getting going here.
All right. Well, sounds like a plan. And yeah, we'll have the driver intros here momentarily. But yeah, we'll just be waiting on that, I guess. And Rick James, what are your plans for New Year's? You got any plans?
Sit in the house and watch college football. No, not at all. Not at all, Atlanta. I'm just going to take it very easy, have a very safe New Year at home, celebrate safely, and with happy wishes for 2021.
Yep, couldn't agree more. And yeah, well, I was supposed to go back to work on the 31st, but given I couldn't get a COVID test till the 30th, and it will take a few days, I do not know if that will be plausible. So I guess we will find out here in the near future. So that kind of sucks. But yeah, and I had plans for New Year's as well. So I don't think I'm going to be able to do that as well either. But we will see. And as Mr. Slidejob said, we should be headed back here in just a moment. People joining back the party. It was weird. They all kind of left. Man, oh man, definitely more than a Capes is going to drink some brown liquor, share a bowl of sugar, and do some other stuff. Well, that sounds like a plan, man. Hope you have a good night. And greatly appreciate Ricky and More Than a Cape and everybody for donating. I don't know what those party thing means, but yeah.
Those are bits, Atlanta. So what fans can do in the send a message bar, they can click on that little rhombus shape, if you will, to the left of the smiley face, and those there are bits. My particular favorite is the party bit. So I can type in anywhere from 1, 100, 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, whatever it is. In this particular case, I'll just do one of these, and you can edit the bit as well. So you see there, I've cheered one bit, and then 2 bits for a total of 4 bits. More Than a Cape up there saying he just sent 35. A big nod of the cap there to More Than a Cape. But
Wait,
it's a fun way to get involved in the chat. Scroll up, my friend. Check it out.
Holy smack.
35 bits, indeed.
Man.
What a guy.
Well, I appreciate that. Man, that's crazy. Appreciate that there. I don't know what that equates to on the other end, but that sounds like a ton. So thank you so much, More Than a Cape and Rick James. Rick has freaking donated like 5 or 6 times tonight, so I greatly appreciate that, man. And Rick James, holy smack, with a 36 right there. Thank you, sir. You are awesome.
One more than Atlanta Cape, and now my challenge to the fans. Let's get it rolling. Who's going to be the next to donate 37 or more? Let's see someone cheer with 37 bits.
All right, we are almost ready here. Just getting one more song uploaded, and we should be good to go.
Well, we will be underway here shortly.
Don't
I
ask.
greatly appreciate that, More Than a Cape and Rick. You guys are awesome for that. And I'm looking up Ricky.
All right.
I'm used to donating 100 bits at a time, Ricky. Is cheering a party like the same thing as cheering a bit from that 100?
100%. It's the same thing. It's just a different emoji. So where mine
Gotcha.
is the party emoji, I can click. If I click on the rhombus next to the smiley face, I can click on Show All Cheer Modes, and there's a corgi, there's a unicorn.
Gotcha.
All right, is everybody ready for some
That is
intros
cool.
for the All-Star race?
Yep, let's get them rolling. Mr. Slidejob, your commissioner right now.
All right, starting in the rear in 17th place, we have the winner of the All-Star vote, driving the number 95 Toyota, hailing from Sparks, Nevada. He's a Cup rookie chasing his first win ever. We got Alec Badoin.
Well, there's no music, but I don't know what the big pause is for.
We may have lost him, Atlanta.
Yeah, it looks like we might have lost Mr. Slide Job right
Nope,
there.
you did not.
All
we just
right.
got some copyrighted music we're playing for the intros that you do
Okay.
not want on the stream. So there we go. All right, starting in the 16th position. With this man won his way into the race, finishing third in the All-Star Open, driving the number 66 Toyota, all the way from Meadow Lake, Saskatchewan, Canada. We have Slushy.
I'll do the music. NASCAR Heat 5 presents Fast Family League Racing with Atlanta Racing and I'm Rick James. Go, Ricky.
All the hot racing you can imagine. It's All-Star Night for the Fast Family League Showdown from the world's fastest half mile to Bristol Motor Speedway.
Bristol Motor Speedway for Fast Family League Racing.
In 15th position, also winning his way into the All-Star race from the Open, driving the number 7 Toyota from Chicago, Illinois, we have National Series driver Marty F.
Marty F, similar to Marty McFly from those movies.
Tough as a bear, coming down like that 80s defense from Chicago, Marty F.
Marty F looking like a fantastic guy tonight. Just don't get him up to 88.
He'll McFly away with tonight's race win. Slide Job, who's next on the list?
No response,
Next
you'll have to call the
on
doc.
the list is the All-Star Open winner. He's a Cup Series driver, driving the number 6 Ford
Here he
from
is.
Jacksonville, Florida. We have Nilla MG.
Nilla, one of your favorite cookies. Wafers beyond good. Mmm.
Don't think you can take a bite out of this cookie. He may be sweet in the bakery, but he is tough as nails, built like a rock on the track.
A rock on the track. Watch out for this guy or you'll crash.
Rock solid, hard as a stone, but don't trip on this pebble. It'll be the last mistake you make.
Big mistake by this guy. His name is Nilla. A good ice cream flavor. 3 times
Speaking
combo.
of flavor, Mr. Slide Job, who's going to be the flavor of the track?
All right, next up in 13th position. He's driving the number 78 Toyota from Foggertown, Kentucky. He's your 2018-2019 Cup Series champion, an 8-time winner in Fast Family, 7 in the Cup Series. Big Belly Brand 47.
Big Belly Brand sounds like he needs a diet.
Big Belly Brand coming with all that mass. He's going to eat the competition alive. Supersize him because he needs the big win.
Big Belly Brand needs a GNC gift card to get those vitamins in his body.
Foggertown, Kentucky. You can't see him anyway. It doesn't matter what the weather is.
You can't see him and your headlights need to be replaced. So go on down to your locally owned auto parts store. Slide Job, who's next?
All right, next up, starting in the 12th position, driving number 64 Ford from St. Charles, Missouri. He's got 3 Truck Series wins at Road America, Indianapolis, and Sonoma. It's Puzzle Nose.
It's Fuzzle Nose. He's looking like he needs some nose hairs picked, Rick.
From the Show Me State, Atlanta, I can't wait for him to show me what he's got for the competition tonight. Will this All-Star shine bright, or will he blow like a supernova?
We will find out. Will he shine bright like a diamond, or will he, hey now, it's an all-star. Get your game on. I want a blue Powerade. Who's the next here tonight, Slide Job?
Next up, starting in the 11th position, he drives the number 1 Ford from Dayton, Ohio. He's got 4 Cup Series wins, and he was your 2019-2020 Super Speedway co-champion, Dab King.
Dab King. We all know what he's talking about, Rick. Wow.
Will this Monarch be sitting on the top of the pile, or will this Dayton Flyer crash down before it's all over?
Let's see if he's got the wax on his car or the crumble below those tires, if you know what I'm saying, Rick.
Tonight, Atlanta, we're going to see if it's going to be wax on to victory lane or wax off to the garage for another chance next week.
All right, next up, starting in the 10th position, he drives the number 32 Chevrolet from Boone, North Carolina. He was your 2019-2020 National Series champion and a 10-time winner in the Fast Family Racing Series. Sticky Man 123.
Sticky Man 123. Don't ask me why he's sticky.
Because he sticks to the track, Atlanta. All 4 tires with all that grip. No slippage here. All the grip, all the time.
All the grip, all the time. Go down to your locally owned O'Reilly Parts and get some good old grip tape. Only $3.99. That's how it be.
Speaking of grip tape, Slide Job, you've got a grip on this crazy broadcast train. Who's next?
Next up, in the 9th position, he drives the 83 Toyota from Woodstock, Georgia.
Oh, man.
Time winner in the Truck Series and a winner at Phoenix and Bristol. We have Haskell the Rascal.
Haskell the Rascal actually going to be very, very close to where I grew up. So that is kind of cool right there. But Haskell the Rascal, greatly appreciate you doing this race here tonight, buddy. I know you're a rascal, but you took the time to do this race, Rick.
And his friends ask him, "Dear Haskell, are you really a rascal around the racetrack, or are you kind of a sweetheart with a bit of an edge?"
Slide Job, you right. Dear Atlanta, who's the next driver on the list? And he writes, the next driver is...
All right. Next up, starting in the 8th position, he drives the number 53 Chevrolet from Lyndhurst, New Jersey. He's a one-time winner in the Truck Series at Michigan. Jersey Devil.
Jersey Devil coming in like it's on spicy, like the devil.
All the way from the Garden State, we're going to see what kind of great greenage he can grow all the way up to first place. Or will it be like a weed in the cracks in the concrete and just die and shrivel up into the end? This all-star looking to grow all the way up.
This guy's from the freaking Garden State, let me tell you. He better know about the Gabagool. Because if I come home and Carmelo, you got the Gabagool, something's happening.
Atlanta, who you got next?
All right, next in the 7th position, he drives the number 9 Ford from Lisbon, Ohio. He's your 2019-2020 Truck Series champion and a 6-time winner in the series, Liber 58.
Liber 58, almost sounding like Liberty 58, but I don't know what's happening. Liber is actually going down. We're not going to get any kind of flight data from that box because he is crashing here tonight. He's going to be running this league, possibly taking home a win. I know he's been doing great. What you think about Liber, Rick James?
All the way from Lisbon, no Portuguese in him. This 100% all-American combatant coming up through left, right, front, and center all the way to win this all-star. But for the rest of his opponents, Slide Job, who's next?
Next up, starting in the 6th position, he drives the number 14 Chevrolet from Liberty, Texas. He's a 2-time National Series winner, back-to-back Sonoma and Indianapolis. It's Texas Spot.
Texas Spy, come on down to Buc-ee's, one of the best gas stations in Texas Pride. It's pretty darn big.
Atlanta, this Lone Star will look to be tonight's all-star and bring home all the candies for first place. Will he really have what it takes to bring home a little bit of Texas barbecue to Tennessee?
Yeah, man, that Texas barbecue is good. I like how every region has a different kind of sauce, but my favorite is going to be that Carolina sauce, that vinegar sauce. Man, oh man, you cannot beat it. And the barbecue place near me actually has a sauce called swine wine. It's really good. Go ahead, Eric.
All right. Next up in the 5th spot, he drives the 81 Toyota from Enid, Oklahoma. He's a one-time National Series winner at Phoenix. Siege Tempest.
From Oklahoma, the Sooner State. Will he be a big boomer up at the front winning this race, or will he go all the way to the back and be just another mark in the Big 12 ATL?
Yeah, I don't know, but we will find out who is going to be the top champion here shortly, because it seems like Slide Job has listed off quite a few names. Slide Job.
All right, next up in the 4th spot, he drives the number 27 Ford from Monterrey, Mexico. He's a 2-time Cup Series winner and a 5-time winner in the series, Marsh Morrow.
Marsh Morrow being one of the drivers, honestly, that it takes some courage to do these kind of races over borders, because you never know how the connection is going to be, whether it be Mexico, Canada. I know a lot of guys racing in the UK as well as France, so we will see if that plays into tonight. I know the NASCAR Heat 5 servers are always pretty iffy, so we will see there, Rick. Yeah, More Than a Cape says longest introductions ever is because they are playing music in the background, and that is the big pause. That's why we started doing all these impressions.
Marsh Maru desde Monterrey, México, trayendo la grito del guerra a la carretera. Vamos a ver Atlanta ganar.
In the 3rd position,
Nice.
driving the number 25 Toyota from Fate, Texas. He's your current Cup points win leader and a 6-time winner in Fast Family Racing, Austin Icon.
Well, he's hoping to be an icon and an all-star here tonight, Rick. Let's see if he can do both and take home this all-star race win.
He is second to first, but just one more on this list, Mr. Slidejob, who's going to be leading us off.
Well, big pause. Please pause for a 10-second station identification.
All right, on your outside row, starting on the outside pole, driving the number 8 Chevrolet from Monroe, North Carolina. He's your 2020 Summer National Series champion and a 5-time winner.
Okay.
Fast Family, Extreme Shocks.
Extreme Shocks! He's gonna get sour here tonight, like the Shockers candy from the 90s, Rick.
That shock is going to have to be something electric to drum up something special, Atlanta, but on All-Star Evening, the electricity is in the air and in the cars.
Yep, Nikolai Tesla, or whatever his name was, would be proud. The electricity is in the air. And More Than a Cape says, please pardon our technical difficulties, Monroe. I'll drive down there and wreck them. I guess More Than a Cape possibly living close to that driver. And I am pretty sure I am correct that he does live in the Carolinas, as we will be heading in very shortly for this all-star race.
All right, now your pole sitter driving the number 88 Chevrolet from Pine Bush, New York. He's your 2019-2020 All-Star winner and a leader in wins with 21, 8 in the Cup Series, Mr. Slidejob.
He's so good he has to introduce himself.
He's all right.
Slide Job, your commentator, commissioner, introducing himself. He is going to be sitting right there here tonight as we will be getting in here. Greatly appreciate everybody tuning in our Chevy. More Than a Cape, you guys have been sitting here for a while. Slide Job loves the polls, More Than a Cape says, and I couldn't agree more. He tried to get me to go to a certain club one time, and I said no. And that was actually going to be an automobile club for drivers of Corvettes. Slidey,
All right,
how
that
long?
is your 2020-2021 All-Star lineup.
Well, it only took 25 minutes, but we have gone through all the names, and we will be underway here momentarily. I'm just kidding with you, Slidey.
I got you, man.
Slide job, we couldn't hear the music, and my Spotify doesn't allow me to control the volume to the music from my Xbox anymore. So I hope you enjoyed the little commentary me and Rick did. That was our little audition tape.
Absolutely. We're going to get ready to roll here. We're going to do a pace lap because everybody has their qualifying spot, and we'll get going here.
Sounds like a plan. Just shoot me and Rick James an invite, and we will be good to go.
Will do, sir.
Thank you, and once again, thanks for everybody who donated today, getting me that much closer. Only that I probably only need about $30 now to get to that $100 tier, so it's awesome. More than a K, greatly appreciate it, man. Hopefully can do some iRacing here soon. I'm not sure what license you are. I know I just got it, so I am Class D for the oval asphalt, but man, oh man, is it fun. Oh, Rick, my friend actually ended up getting that same computer you did.
Really, let me tell you that it's done wonders, and it was a fantastic value for that money, that Omen 30L.
Yeah, it really is, man. And I actually got to see it in person. I went to Best Buy, and they had it sitting there on display. So I looked around, and man, oh man, did it look good. But just a reminder to use !raffle to enter this raffle. We only have 3 people and 15 minutes left. I'm going to try to look through the chat and make sure that nobody was left behind, and then I'm going to do like a random thing. But we will find out who won that very shortly. All right. Well, while we are taking this, I'm going to run a 60-second ad break. So we'll be right back after this commercial break. Currently running about 40 seconds left in an ad.
Yeah, you're hot right now.
Well, I don't know why it didn't run the ad like I told it to. Well, maybe it will kick in after 25 seconds. I don't know, but we are still here waiting on this race. They are just getting everything lined up. I know, especially with an all-star race, you're going to want to make sure that everybody's good to go. You want to get everything good before the race and not during the race when you can't really do as much. So it's always good to take your time and get it right from the get-go.
Oh, absolutely, Atlanta. Technical difficulties abound, especially in this streaming community. Pete and I were speaking earlier about how much work goes into the streaming, and not only that, but the way that we consume this game, because we've raced it on occasion, but we do mostly broadcasting, and we see this game from quite literally every angle possible. So it's almost a challenge to make sure that it feels so sweet.
Oh yeah, man. It's and that's part of the reason I've been kind of vocal about not getting the eyes claps. I will add you, sir. But that is why I haven't been or I've been kind of vocal about NASCAR Heat not getting that ticker and lap counter, man, because that's really why I bought this game, was to get that feature, and it's really unfortunate.
Don't accept that yet.
Sounds good. It's really unfortunate that this game's lifespan is almost halfway over, and we still do not have some of those features that were, I guess, advertised, you could say, with the game. So I don't know if that'll ever come into play, but hopefully the NASCAR Heat next year gets it right for the new Xbox Series X or whatever it might be called. I can tell you I haven't been playing my Xbox at all because I've been on PC. I'm sure Rick can attest. Once you get that PC, it's a little harder to hop on Xbox when you can hop on PC and play almost anything too, and then you've got your Spotify and right there well.
Sorry, I thought I lost you there for a second. I didn't
You're good.
cut you off. I can attest that
Okay,
a
go
lot
ahead
of the
and join commentators. You're good to go.
that a lot of the community is actually headed to iRacing. eSpark Cup, for example, has run their last plate race at on NASCAR Heat 5. They'll be moving to iRacing for their Cup competitions. Many of the drivers in Thursday Night Thunder and A Squared are also taking their talents to iRacing. Pete, I'm sorry, not Pete, Atlanta. I think this community has had quite enough of the disappointment and the broken promises, not only for the drivers but for broadcasters alike, and this sudden jump of ship, if you will, this sudden switch where a lot of the big players in the community are switching from Heat 5 over to iRacing for stability, for more variety in liveries, and just for a better overall racing experience that's not run on an engine designated for mobile games. Those three reasons are just the snowflakes on the iceberg that is the fractured Heat 5 community. But I wax in frustration. I'm sure we could go on forever, but it's time to go racing.
Yep, we are lined up right now with the 88 in the lead. Green Flag Racing for the Fast Family League. And we already have a car wrecking out in the back. Mr. Slide Job already having to slow down, I believe, for a caution.
That was Dab King who went around, and that was actually a pace lap there as you hear Commissioner Slide Job going on. So Slide Job's going to be starting up here in front. There's Jersey Devil in the 53 now, giving up the position. So drivers still lining up.
Yeah, Rick, and while they line up, let me tell you one thing. There is nothing better than iRacing. One thing you can do is hook up your VR headset, which I know not everybody has, but it's just more of a reason to get it. The second thing is when you can go back and watch a replay from 20 different camera angles, I mean, that says something right there. You can also get plugins for us broadcasters that actually make the streams look like they're actually running on NBC or Speedway or Speed Network or whatever it may be, with the drivers ticking in real time at the top, making everything seamlessly more real as we go Green Flag Racing here tonight at Bristol. I said it wrong, but we are underway this time. Fast Family League. What you thinking, Rick?
I'm thinking these drivers need to exercise patience more than they have been at Atlanta. I know I wax on about patience so much, but if these drivers aren't careful and they don't look to take care of each other in these opening laps, it could go very awry before it's all over.
You are exactly right. Well, Mr. Slide Job coming out with the lead very fast as he headed into turn one like a slingshot, man, just getting out there. But we're going to be taking a look back at some of the other cars that were right there. Libert 58 getting back there. He has lost some position, but Marsh Maru has gotten up into third place, in that 27 car. So he is going to give Mr. Slide Job a run for his money, as well as that 8 car. I have not gotten to that 8 car as yet. I don't know who that is.
On in that
Extreme Shocks
coming up. Sorry about that. Yes, you're exactly right. That is Extreme Shocks in that 8 car. He's sitting right behind the 88, that red and white custom Axalta, in that second position, just in front of that orange Aris machine being piloted by Marsh Mauro in that Ford Mustang. Another lap ticks down Atlanta, and these top 3 starting to run away with it.
Yep, you're exactly right. Tonight's race going to be 50% length here at Bristol, as we saw Mr. Slide Job get into the wall just a little bit, but he was able to maintain that first place top spot here tonight for this all-star race. We'll see if that 88 has what it takes to take that car to victory lane, but he has got some definite talent behind him, as that 8 of Extreme Shocks is getting very, very close to that bumper of the 88, Rick.
Extreme Shocks starting to turn the screw, getting a little bit closer to the back of Slide Job, and hopefully he's just trying to apply some pressure here, because a pass in these early laps would, in my opinion, Atlanta, would be a great use of resources that don't otherwise need to be wasted in these opening laps.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, Rick, I've said it time and time again. that when you do these races, you don't want to win it in the first couple of laps. You want to be that guy that's kind of sitting back, letting things unfold, and then just kind of see what happens in front of you. I know right now, and especially when I've been racing iRacing, I do not want to start in the top spot. I want to start about 3rd to 5th, maybe 6th or 7th place, and let those guys who I know are eager at the top, who are racing 3rd and 2nd, trying to already take over first, let them wreck out, and then hopefully avoid that wreck and come out on top. I've done it a couple of times, and it's a very nice feeling.
A nice feeling indeed, and right now, what's not a nice feeling is what we've been talking about earlier, is where we don't have a lap counter, but look at this, Extreme Shocks to the front, and we'll get you a lap count here as soon as we possibly can, but now your new leader in that number 8 Exalta Camaro, Extreme Shocks, slide job in second.
Yep, Extreme Shocks doing a great job so far to get past that 88. We saw him right there on the bumper, but Slide Job, you know him. He is not going to give it up easy. He is going to be dipping and diving, trying to make sure he can get back up into that top spot and win this all-star race, but we will see, Ricky.
We're going to see as the laps tick down in this opening stage, Extreme Shocks leading, Slide Job in second, March Mauto sitting in the 3rd position into that orange and white number 27 Eris Ford, but leading that secondary pack in this gray and orange car, now under fire as a couple of cars going down on the front stretch. Atlanta, look at this, the way they're bottling up in turn 1, a huge traffic jam out of the second corner, Slushy in the 66, watching all of it unfold. And before we were interrupted by that action, I was mentioning that silver and orange car there, that 14 car of Texas Spots, just overtaken by Tempest in that purple and black 81.
Yeah, Haskell to Rascal doing a good job of, getting out of the way, but he unfortunately lost some positioning due to that. And More Than a Cape says some people are way too loose. And you can definitely tell as we've got a car wrecking on one of the straightaways. I don't know exactly where that is. I'm trying to get to that car right now, but it has not brought out a caution. I believe that was a single car incident. So we are seeing some very close racing already here tonight at Bristol, Rick.
Close racing indeed as another lap ticks off, and these drivers getting a bit closer at the front of this race. Now you see Tempest to the inside of March Mauto in the 27, and Tempest in that Gatorade black and purple Camry sitting in 4th, looking to make his way into 3rd, but that yellow 25 on the outside with Jersey Devil to his inside. That's Austin Kahn 42, who's on the outside looking in.
Man, oh man, big contact right there with Jersey Devil. He is just to the inside of this 81 car. That Gatorade car is going to hit the wall just a little bit to the outside, giving Jersey Devil the momentum to trek on by. He's getting a little help from that Napa car just behind on the inside as he's going to come back up to the outside. And he's trying to run that line, man, trying to block off the cars behind him. But that Napa car sure is running fast, and only time will tell if they'll be able to get on by. Coming up on some slow traffic, it looks like, Rick.
Slow traffic indeed, and we'll see what they can do to navigate through this traffic and keep those fast laps. Slide Job now in that 88 car, sitting a distance from 2nd place, but he's trying to make his way back up slowly but surely. Atlanta, this is where patience becomes the most important of virtues.
You couldn't be more correct, Rick. I mean, that's the thing I try to tell people all the time, is you do not want to race this hard at the beginning. I know it can be, something that's very easy to do, especially if you're sitting there in 2nd place, but there's only a couple of tracks I know that if I'm sitting in 2nd, especially on the outside, that I'll be able to pull out in front of that guy in 1st. And, it's not every track, so you got to know the tracks you're good at and can do that at, and you got to know the tracks, so you got to kind of sit back and take it pretty easy. But we're looking at Mr. Slide Job. He is still trekking right there in 2nd place, and More Than a Cape said there's going to be a wreck, a big wreck, and I can feel it coming as well. It's inevitable here at Bristol, Rick. A big wreck is probably inbound in probably the next 30 or 40 laps. Don't want to jinx it, but it's always going to happen.
It nearly just happened out of turn number 2. The 53 of Jersey Devil getting up under that purple and black. 81 for position Liver. 58 in that blue and white Credit One number 9 Mustang, slamming the ball out of 4. Now to the inside of Jersey Devil and the 53 headed into turn number 3. They're starting to stack up through these corners, and as our good friend Pete loves to say, this is a hornet's nest.
Yeah, you are exactly right, man. Hornet's Nest is a very good analogy of what is happening here tonight at Bristol. Is I got to take a sip of water, Rick. I don't know why.
Nope. No worries at all. Liver
Sorry.
58 in the number 9 behind that 53 of Jersey, and now you see Tempest and Marshmallow battling for position. Once again, the 81 of Tempest to the inside, Marshmallow to the outside in the orange and white. Meanwhile, Mr. Slyjob closing the gap up to Extreme Shocks. These two Chevrolets have run away with this race so far. Clear sailing behind that 88 Chevrolet.
Yep, you see it a lot, especially at the short tracks. Couple of cars that kind of pull away from the pack, and then you end up seeing them getting caught up in lap traffic, and that can be a very big determining factor at these short tracks in the the car that's going to end up in victory lane. So we will find out if Mr. Slyjob can save those tires and hopefully get a run here on that top car, have a little bit of racing. But like you said, Rick, behind those top two, there's not much anybody else can do to get up there. I don't know what the heck.
So far, not a bad start to this all-star race. The conveyor belt effect has started to take place, and back to Jersey Devil 53, now behind the 27 of Marshmallow. He's got Tempest behind him, who puts the chrome horn to the back of that silver and black CorvetteParts.net Camaro. These drivers struggling to maintain control out of 4.
Man, they're getting those tires wore down here in stage 1 in this all-star race, and they're having to drive it a little bit differently. Mr. Slyjob right there with a little bit of a wiggle as Jersey Devil pulls out in front of the 81. These two guys have been fighting all night as Jersey Devil gets into the wall just a little bit, but he's going to... Oh my gosh! I believe he had cut down on that 81 car, and there is a big-time wreck. Caution is out, I believe.
That was going to be the end result. The 81 of Tempest, as we stay green, struggling to get up to speed out of turn number 1, now back up to the racing surface, and it looks like he's back up to speed and moving. We do stay green at Bristol, Atlanta, and it's an unfortunate go for the 81.
Well, there is that caution we were talking about, and what a great time. We are about to pick the winner here tonight for this DLC giveaway. I will be sending this DLC giveaway code to your Twitch account via message. So if you do win, please give me some kind of, hey, I'm here or something in the chat so I can send that your way. So here we go, pick winner. And in our Chevy, you are going to win here tonight for that NASCAR Heat 5 December pack. If you want that, just go ahead and give me some kind of indication you're still here, and I will send it your way, sir. You can either keep it if you already have it, or keep it if you don't have it, or you can give it to a friend. And we will wait just a couple of minutes to get in our Chevy to respond in the chat. And if he doesn't, we will be picking a new... There he is. Never mind. Let me go ahead and send him a message, guys. In our Chevy, I just sent you the code, sir, over Twitch messaging. If for some reason you have trouble getting that message, please contact me on Twitter or Xbox, and I will send that your way. Greatly appreciate you tuning in and being in that giveaway. So, as that giveaway has been completed, we have a 20-minute giveaway now for the copy of NASCAR Heat 5 for Xbox. It has started. And there we go. Same rules apply if you want to enter this giveaway.
And what a giveaway it is, Atlanta. A copy of NASCAR Heat 5. Fans at home, if you don't already have it, this is your chance. Enter the raffle to win, or if you do have it and you want to get a copy for your friend, someone in your family, a member of your team, whatever, this is the moment. Enter the raffle. Atlanta, how can these fans do that?
Well, all you have to do is go into the chat, do !raffle, as you just saw Nicholas Nation 04 do once again, and you will be good to go. Thank you so much, Nicholas and James, for entering. You guys have 19 minutes exactly to get those entries in for your chance to win a copy of NASCAR Heat 5. As we have gone green flag racing, it's going to be the 88 right there, trying to catch up once again.
The 88 of Slide Job trying to catch up to that 8 of Extreme Shocks, who's leading the way. You saw the 25 slow now in turn number 3. That car being piloted by Austin Kahn. Very slow out of turn number 4, getting right up to the 66 of Fluffy. Austin now finds himself stone dead last. Marshmallow in the 27 in the 3rd position behind the 88 of Slide Job and the 8 of Extreme Shocks. Another lap takes down, and we'll see. Look at this, there's one more car around on the front stretch, Atlanta. 2 laps in a row, and the Hornet's Nest still buzzing out of 2.
Man, oh man. Whew. Well, we're going to see some great racing, I feel like, here tonight at Bristol. I know a lot of these Fast Family League guys are great at short tracks, especially Mr. Slide Job, especially Extreme Shocks. So we're going to see a lot from them, but the thing is they have restacked now. They don't have that big gap they had before, so they're definitely going to have to watch out for these other cars. But Dab King, it looks like, has taken it down. We're going to be taking a look back at some of these other cars that we have been watching all race. Let me go see really quick where Jersey Devil is. Yep. What you thinking so far about Jersey Devil tonight, Rick?
Jersey Devil seems to have his car underneath him at times, but when the car does want to get away from him, boy, does it get away from him. I'd like to see Jersey Devil maintain that car in a straight line just a bit more, but he has the potential to fight for this lead. A bit more patience out of the driver of that 53 car would do them some good.
You know, you're exactly right. And the car he was fighting with is only a couple of cars back, so we will see if we see some more fighting. But Marsh Maru is that car that has been up at the top a lot today. He is up in 3rd place. That's where we saw him earlier, and we see him now as well as in our Chevy. Thank you so much, sir, as well as Q-Dogs for entering that raffle. !raffle is all you have to do. Put a 10 after that if you want 10 tickets, however many tickets you want. The 10 is the max, and that's probably what you should do. And greatly appreciate everybody donating, especially Ricky over here, co-broadcasting I Am Rick James. It's actually not I Am Rick James anymore. It's Rick James TV1 on Twitch, Rick James TV on Twitter, so go find him. Great broadcaster. Me, him, and Repeat 1975 making up that trio. So anytime we can get together, whether it be Repeat and James, or me and Repeat, or me and James, or whatever it may be, it's going to be a good time. 8 laps to go here in stage 1.
In these final laps at Atlanta, these drivers need to concentrate and really make sure that they focus. They don't want to damage the car before the end of the stage, but you can see drivers 2, almost 3 wide through these corners. 6 to go. Next time by, the 8 of Extreme Shocks with a slight lead ahead of Mr. Slide Job.
Yeah, Slide Job's really going to have to get that pedal to the metal if he wants to catch up to that A car in these remaining laps of stage 1. Man, oh man, has it been pretty tense so far. These 2 top drivers have been fighting it out the whole time, but Extreme Shocks got out front, and he has pretty much stayed there. It's weird, you see little rivalries kind of pop up throughout the race, and that's exactly what we have seen here tonight as we're watching Jersey Devil getting past that 9 car. A little bit of a contact right there, but he is going to pull away, getting up into the 4th place position, I believe. Libert 58 sitting right there as well. I believe Libert being a fellow announcer and broadcaster, so cool to see him running a race. You'll only see me doing the iRacing. I'm not as good at Heat 5 as I am iRacing, but Big Belly Brand, we're going to be watching him towards the back of this pack. He's trying to catch up and catch that draft as he heads to the front straightaway, but getting into the wall like that definitely is not going to help. Ricky, who do you have to win tonight? Do you have Slidey? Do you have Haskell? Or do you think something's going to happen and maybe neither of those drivers win? We see somebody else come out on top. 2 to go.
It's going to be the white flag next time by, and in stage number 1, I would have guessed that Slide Job broke out to an early lead, but I am surprised at what Extreme Shocks has done from the front in this last half mile. The gap has been closed to almost nothing, but it has been a dominant performance in this opening stage. You can't put a solid bet on any of these drivers yet, but as Extreme Shocks comes across the line to win stage number 1, nobody would blame you if you put a few chips down on black number 8.
Yep, Extreme Shocks coming out on top. Let me get to that driver really quick. There he is, that 8 car. Going to be taking away stage 1 for this Fast Family League All-Star race. Mr. Slide Job leading a couple of laps at the beginning, but not able to clinch that stage 1 win. We will find out if stage 2 and the final stage are any different here at Bristol, as these cars are going to get some fresh tires and fuel down in pits, and we'll be headed in to the beginning of stage 2, Rick.
Top 5, Extreme Shocks, Slide Job, Marshmallow, Puzzle Nose, Jersey Devil.
There you go. Well, so far, 5 of you guys have entered the giveaway. 13 minutes remain. Nicholas Nation, James Stowe, More Than a Cape, Q-Dogs, and NNR Chevy are in the running for this here tonight. So we will find out here soon. NNR Chevy, if you win this one, I'm not going to be able to give it to you, I don't think, because it's not too fair. But if for some reason the person who ends up winning does not respond and I do choose you in an R Chevy, well, that is just fate, and I'll give it to you, man. But trying to give somebody else a chance to win as the 88 of Mr. Slide Job's going to pull out front. And that just might be what he needs here, Ricky, to win this stage. Just getting out early and trying to maintain that lead.
He's got to try something, ATL. That 88 now breaking out to this lead and trying to hold off the 8 car behind him. You can see drivers that are fanning out, trying to gain position at every single turn. Slide Job leading in the 88, Extreme Shocks in second, Jersey Devil in third, 3 Camaros in the top 3. Yellow flag is out in stage 2.
Yep, caution is out. We're going to see these cars, unfortunately, stacking back up once again. But fortunately for some drivers who are towards the back of the pack, this is exactly what you want. You want to get restacked and another chance to get up there and possibly avoid a wreck or something and just get on by. What More Than Cape says he did that last stage. Yep, I don't know what that means, but yes, sir. I guess, I don't know.
I think he's referring to the 8 car, where the 8 car of Extreme Shocks jumped ahead, and he was the class of the field. So More Than a Cape could be predicting that the 88 will be the class in stage number 2. As the adage goes, Atlanta, only time will tell.
Yep, well, it looks like the 2 leaders. Oh my gosh, Slide Job with the Slide Job. Doing a little trick and move right there. Trying to trick everybody like he was going down into pits, and he didn't. The 8... Slide Job. The 88, I don't know. I don't know why, but I've never seen that in NASCAR Heat 5. But that is pretty darn funny. The 88 trying to trick everyone, and I don't know. A couple cars fell for it, but he has pulled back up. Him and Vols fan. Greatly appreciate that, man. You are the man subscribing right there. Tier 1 for 2 month streak. That is exactly what I need, getting on up there towards that goal of getting that another $100 check, man. I'm about $30 away now, so we will be getting there soon, and that always helps.
Atlanta, if I may, Vols fan 88, not only is he one of the biggest fans of what I do and you do and what Pete does, but he's a brilliant commentator himself, and he's an absolute pleasure to call races with. Fans at home, if you haven't yet, click on his name, twitch.tv/VolsFan88. If you want consistent, beautiful broadcasting with a little bit of an edge to it, this is your guy. He's got the stuff. He's incredibly knowledgeable. Get him and Atlanta, and just one of us together, and we can make some excellent broadcasting magic. Give him a follow and a subscription.
Yeah, slowly this trio between me, you, and Repeat is turning into a quartet with Vols fan as we do more and more races with Vols fan. But You know, as soon as I met him, we did that first race, I knew that he, you know, you can get in a race and know if somebody has it, what to broadcast or they don't. If they got the knowledge, you got to know you're racing, man. You can't just get on there and have raced before and think you're gonna do great. So greatly appreciate that, Vols fan, being a moderator as well. And we're green flag racing, Ricky, with the 88 getting out in front once again.
Another lap ticks down, and we'll get the remaining number in just a moment, fans, but we can tell you that these laps go down 15 seconds at a time. Blink and you could miss it.
50
Slide
to go.
job now at
5-0.
in front with 5-0 laps remaining in stage number 2. Tempest on the outside in that black and purple 81, and your stage 1 winner, Extreme Shocks, down to 3rd.
Going on board right now with Jersey Devil 53 as he is currently sitting in 5th place, getting a very nice view of those top 4 drivers, him being with the top 5. And we are watching them go down that straightaway. But Mr. Slide Job into the wall just a little bit, going to be dipping back down. But we're seeing some drivers up here who were not originally up near the top. They were, you know, a lot more towards the middle of the pack. So that might be something to watch out for as we're watching Mr. Slide Job enter this turn. I'm trying to figure out, or trying not to figure out, but trying to get exactly to this purple car right here. I love that purple paint scheme by Tempest, but he is your 2nd place driver now. Thank you for the follow, Q-Dogs.
Tempest still fighting for that 2nd place now. The 8 car of Extreme Shocks fighting for it. Jersey Devil sitting in the 5th position now, watching all of this happen. And welcome into what will be the top 3. Look at this fight, Atlanta. Puzzled Nose in the number 64 Ream Mustang now to the inside of Tempest. Less than 45 laps to go in stage number 2. Slide Job leads.
Yep, Slide Job leading, and these cars are not creating that gap that we saw earlier. As my girlfriend walks by and blows me a kiss, we are going into turn 4 in the 81 car. Just to the outside right there. These guys going to have to play it safe. They do not want to get into each other going into these turns, but so far so good. 64 and 81 have just been riding side by side, trying to catch up, and it looks like we might have a lead change. Let's go check real quick, and Extreme Shocks. He has gotten up there, and Slide Job is just on the bumper now. Kitty is meowing.
And he is cheering for Extreme Shocks, who just comes to the outside and makes his way to the front. Sebastian the Cat, a big fan of the pilot of the number 8 Exalted Chevrolet with less than 40 laps to go. Slide Job now in 2nd place. 2 Chevys in front. Tempest in that purple and black Camry, rounding out your top 3.
Man, you can really see how that 88 has an advantage going into those corners. He just knows how to tap that brake and get on through, trying to keep that momentum as much as he can. But Extreme Shocks is fast too. These top 2 drivers, man, it's been 8 and 88 all day. Who will come on top?
Of the field as they cross that line. Certainly less than 35 laps to go now
40.
in this 2nd stage. I'm sorry, 40 laps to go as they cross the line there in this stage. So it'll be 39 this time by Atlanta. 8 leading 88. That fight for 3rd starting to heat up. Tempest getting a visit to the quarter panel from that red and white Ford of Puzzle Nose.
Yeah, well, we're going to go check right there with Puzzle Nose, as Rick is mentioning. Trying to get to him real quick. Well, it looks like he has had a battle with the 81. The 81 has not been the car to mess with here tonight. We have seen a lot of contact between him and other drivers. Luckily, there are no incident points or anything to worry about that in NASCAR Heat 5. Rick James, greatly appreciate those bits. Once again, sir, there's been a donation train here tonight. I remember that one time, I think it was Frozen, Rick, More Than a Cape, and Vols fan were all cheering and donating at one time, and it started like a hype train or something. I was like, what the heck? That was the coolest thing ever. So greatly appreciate those donations. As, man, Puzzle Nose to the back of that 81. He is just clinching it right there, but he has got a car now to his outside he's going to have to worry about, Rick.
Yeah, that looks to be Austin, and look at the contact there, Atlanta. That's 25 going for a bit of a ride. Austin Kahn getting some heavy contact there. We'll see if Austin has something to say about that as we get one lap closer, right around the 35 to go mark in this 2nd stage. 8 car still leads. Atlanta, you mentioned the bits and the cheering, and it's part of the community. It's part of just the circle of love that goes around, whether we're watching on Pete's stream, Volstream, Yours, Mine, and I think what you were referring to, we were doing a shake and bake Formula One race.
Yep.
It was the French Grand Prix from Circuit Paul Ricard. I remember there was a bit of a train, but that love and that community that we all spread for each other, just to keep each other going. It's part of why we love what we do, and it makes it so much fun.
Yeah, it really does, man, and it's always nice. I've got a Lionel Chase Elliott Charlotte Win car. It's a 164, but it's the Lionel. It's not the ones you get at the store, so I'll be giving one of those away for hitting that first $100 tier mark. So I greatly appreciate that, and I'm hopefully going to pick up some more cars here soon. I ended up finding Beast Football. I've got your stuff. I got to send it to you, man. He won one of my last giveaways. I still haven't sent it to him because it was when I was in the middle of a move to my new place. So I kind of didn't have the stuff, and then I sent it, and then I don't know what happened. So 3 minutes and 40 seconds remain if you want to get in. Exclamation point raffle with a 10 after it, and you'll be good to go. As we see Extreme Shock still leading this race, and Rick, he is now getting up to some lap traffic as he enters turn 1.
It's going to be a bit of a challenge, and certainly not a sweet treat like More Than a Cape has on the brain. He says ice cream is what we need in the chat. So we'll see if it's going to be a sweet ride at the front, or if it's going to be more of a crunchy challenge for Extreme Shocks. That car that waits up ahead for that number 8 is Big Belly Brand in the all-white number 78 Camry.
Well, we'll see if that lap traffic has something to do, as it looks like a car was spinning out right back there. But man, we're about halfway through, I believe, on stage 2 with Extreme Shocks leading. And man, does he have a lead between first and second so far. And we have seen that a lot tonight here at Bristol for this Fast Family League race for the All-Stars. 25 laps to go, as you hear Mr. Slide Job in a disembodied voice say. He is racing here tonight, currently in second.
Sticky Man 1234, he went around recently, smacked the turn 3 wall, and he's got a pushed up nose like a pug. 2 cars around and 3. That's Nilla in the green Ford that went around, and the yellow flag is out. So with 24 laps to go, the caution flag flies over Bristol, Tennessee, and the world's fastest half mile will slow to a crawl.
Man, me and my dad were just talking about this track 2 days ago.
The road is close.
Just how fun it was when we went. It's almost been 10 years now that me and my dad went to Bristol. But we are going to try to go back this year. I know that we want to go to Atlanta and Talladega. We're going to go to try to Bristol and Darlington as well. And I do have about $2,000 in Delta E credits right now from a canceled flight because of COVID. So I am trying to figure out a race I can go to that is not around here, possibly Auto Club or Las Vegas. So we will see if I make it to one of those tracks.
I myself have got my tickets for Bristol. Matter of fact,
nice.
It's going to be kind of a field trip for the Thursday Night Thunder Series, part of the ARC Series championship, if you will, the Allied Racing Championship Series. But I digress. It's going to be a fun time. We're all going to go down and catch that dirt race there next March. So if you can make your way down there, Atlanta, we can finally meet up. And after so many races called together, we can finally have a beer side by side.
Oh yeah, man, and I was at Talladega, and I tried to meet up with Tristan Bailey, but that didn't happen because they kind of had it weird with COVID. I had actually gone to Talladega back in the summer race, and it was a lot different. But me and Bruce Apocalypse, if you know him, he's one of my best friends and from Xbox. And then I actually met Rowdy Trucks, another announcer some of you guys might know, but I met him at the Talladega race. So Rick, hopefully we'll get to Bristol, and if not, if you ever want to come to Atlanta, you got a place to stay, man. I'll pick you up from the airport and I'll drop you off.
I will note that down, and I'll certainly look forward to coming down to Georgia. The fun that we have in the booth, man, I can only imagine what's going to happen.
Just imagine
if we ever call a race sideways.
Yeah, 4 hours of pre-gaming before a race, 3 hours pre-gaming, grilling out, and then you go to the race. It would be crazy.
I'd be passed out by the time I got to the stands, man. We're gonna have to train ourselves with a little bit of racing here. We'll see what these guys have for us before we go back to green.
All right, well, we are about to pick the winner for that copy of NASCAR Heat 5 for Xbox. Like I said earlier, just give me some indication in the chat that you are still here, and I will get that to you via chat message after this race. So let's go. Nicholas Nation 04. You have won a copy of NASCAR Heat 5 for Xbox One. All right, buddy, I will get to you after this race, sir, and I will send you that digital code. I'm not sending you a physical copy. It's a digital code, so you can download it tonight if you want to, if you don't have the game, or if you want to give it to a friend or whatever. You're good to go, Nicholas, but greatly appreciate it, man. You were the one who set the thing where everybody knew how to do it, and I'm glad you won. So we are green flag racing once again with Extreme Shocks coming out on front.
Now out at the front, Extreme Shocks in that 8 car getting ahead of Slide Job in the 88 to his inside, but not so much out of turn number 4. Now these drivers with Tempest right behind them, who's really turning up that pressure, need to work together to break out from the rest of this field. Coming to 20 laps to go, 8:88, 81, your top 3, Chevy, Toyota in stage number 2.
16 to go that time by.
Yep, 16 laps to go as we're seeing Extreme Shocks lead once again with Slide Job trailing just behind. Who will come out on top for stage 2? And then who will be that final winner for the final stage here at Bristol Motor Speedway? You're watching the Fast Family League All-Star Race with Atlanta Racing and Rick James TV.
15 laps to go at the line. Extreme Shocks leading in car number 8. Then you have the 88 of Slide Job occupying the 2nd position. Dab King retired and so far the only one sitting in 4th and 5th respectively on the outside looking in. You've got the 81 of Tempest sitting in 3rd, Puzzled Nose in the 4th position. And then the blue car with the yellow numbers is Alec don't know how you pronounce that.
I know.
Alex Bedoin, excuse me, in that 85 Toyota Camry in the 5th position, Atlanta. So coming to that 10 to go mark or near to it, the 8 car looks like he is about to win stage 2.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Well, I was watching Puzzle Nose get his nose right down there below inside the 81 car, but I almost said truck because I did trucks last night. But he was not able to. So far, Extreme Shocks is the car to beat. There's about equal distance between the top 4, and we will see who has it as we wind down the stage, or the laps here in stage 2. Very, very big congratulations, Nicholas Nation 04, and 10 laps to go this time by. Man, it has been a race so far. We haven't seen that big one, Rick. I didn't jinx it.
Not yet, but it'll be 9 to go next time by, and then one more stage to seal it. Mr. Slide Job in 2nd, looking to close that gap, and you can see he's dialing up the pressure. The 8 of Extreme Shocks tags the wall with now 9 laps to go, or 8 laps to go, I believe. And there's the gap now between 2nd and 3rd, growing larger as Slide Job closes that deficit to 1st.
Yeah, you know, Slide Job probably saving those tires, waiting for these last few laps to really dig it down, kind of giving Extreme Shocks a run for his money and coming out, you know, Trojan horse style, just out of nowhere, kind of a sneak attack. So we'll see if Extreme Shocks can hold it off. Mr. Slide Job is good, you know, getting those last few laps and really making them count. And I know you've seen that 88 car in my mirror would definitely make me a little bit nervous knowing how many race wins Mr. Slide Job does have throughout the leagues. I'm not trying to boost him up, but I do know, just talking to him personally and stuff, that he does have quite a few league wins, given I have 0.
62 to be exact.
Well, there you go, 62.
Out of that 4th corner now, Slide Job still in that 2nd position, but the gap to 1st more than 1.5 seconds. In these closing laps, Atlanta, I've noticed that the 8 of Extreme Shocks really can take a race, and he can be conservative about the way he drives in the first bit of a stage, but when he really needs to turn up the wick and give it a little bit more, the gap just grows beyond to what I ever imagined it could. In these final laps, if he does hang on for this stage 2 win, taking the win away from him in stage 3 is going to be all but impossible. It would take a very special effort to make that happen.
Yeah, man, you know, you see races where it's side by side. You might have a bunch of lead changes or a bunch of contenders that you think could possibly win the race. But right now, it's really only two, Mr. Slidejob and Extreme Shocks. And given this last stage and the ending to the previous stage, it looks like Extreme Shocks has a little bit of an advantage over Slidejob. So we'll see. You know, that final stage is really, really pivotal in this All-Star race. So this is the white flag out, last lap in stage 2.
Out of this fourth corner with clear sailing ahead and clear sailing behind, Extreme Shocks in the number 8 Exalta Chevrolet wins that stage, and on All-Star night he's looking to drive for the cycle.
Man, oh man, Extreme Shocks doing a great job, as well as the 88 car. Let's go take a look back at some of the other drivers we're seeing right here, as I'm going to try to facilitate my way back. Actually, Mr. Slidejob, whenever you're ready, sir, could you give us a top 5?
Sure. So, top 5 in this stage was Extreme, Slidejob, Puzzle Nose, Alec Bedoin, Austin Icon.
Well, I had to step away for 1 second. Well, sliding back up to the second place spot, it's going to be Mr. Slidejob with, who else is going to be right there? Extreme Shocks. Going to be starting things off as we go green flag racing once again for the final stage here. Fast Family Racing League. It's going to be the All-Star race.
Stage 3 opening up with one car going around, slamming the inside wall. Slidejob getting out to an early lead. One car around in 3. That's going to be Marty in that 7 who's gone for a spin. One car involved, but we stay green. Slidejob slams the wall out of 2. Still 2 by 2. 2 rows deep out of turn number 2, Atlanta. That 88 pulling away.
88, yeah, he's got that advantage he wanted, as we actually see Extreme Shocks go another car length back. He is no longer in second place. Exactly what the 88 wants to see. Now that other car is really going to have to work with it, and we see another car spinning out towards the back of the pack, and I hear him faintly in the chat yelling. Unfortunate for that driver right there. He is laughing or mad or something right there, Rick.
It's never easy to keep your emotions in check when things have gone wrong, but Slidejob so far calm, cool, and collected at the front of this race. Alex Bedoin sitting there in the second position, and then you have that Ream Mustang in third. Puzzled Nose. Austin Kahn sitting in fourth. Tempest rounding out the top 5, but your stage 1 and stage 2 winner, Extreme Shocks, in the 6th position on the outside looking in. Plenty of laps remaining, ATL, so these drivers don't need to worry about being in the back.
You're exactly right, as Mr. Slidejob is getting some competition right there from second place. I don't know. Let me actually cut to that driver really quick. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Go, go, go through the drivers. Go through the drivers. Oh, man, we're trying to get through, and it's going to be that Alec. I can't pronounce his last name. We're going to go with Bedoin. Okay. Alec Bedoin. The way you shake it, I can't believe it. Bedoin, doing, doing. There is Alec right there, as he is going to get passed on the outside.
And if you just allow me a moment to recover from that nostalgic lyric with these... He's getting up there, Atlanta. He's really making his way through this field.
Oh, man, and More Than a Cave says, is Rick saying Alex Bedoin? Well, the way you shake it, I can't believe it. I ain't never seen a NASCAR like that. It makes my engine go, Bedoin, doing, doing.
Never a sound you want to hear from the cockpit of your motor, and one sound that Slidejob really doesn't want to hear is that of Puzzled Nose right behind him. Puzzled Nose really putting his nose where he feels like it belongs, but Slidejob hoping that he'll just go smell somewhere else. 88 leading leading the 64 around this racetrack, and we'll see if Puzzled Nose can sniff his way to the front.
Yep, Puzzle Nose actually getting up there. Gonna give that 88 a run for his money. He is right there to the inside, but 88 has just a slight advantage coming out of that turn. And Puzzle Nose not able to do it into the wall almost, but he is going to be able to recover. Man, oh man. Will Puzzle Nose come out as a contender we really didn't see, Rick, and end up winning this race? Gonna be crazy. We don't really see Extreme Shocks up there like we did earlier.
Another lap takes off the 88 of Slide Job, leading the 64 of Puzzled Nose. And as these laps get fewer and fewer, we have a few drivers who are trying to make their way where they've never been. Austin Kahn is sitting in third, Alex Bedoin in fourth, but now here comes that fifth place, number 8 of Extreme Shocks, looking to drive for the cycle and take home the All-Star win.
Well, I don't know how tonight's gonna turn out, but I'll tell you this, we have seen some great racing. We haven't really seen too many huge crashes like we usually see at Bristol, so these guys are really putting the time and effort to practice for this all-star race. And you know, Rick, it's called an all-star race for a reason.
The All-Stars are out. They're here to shine, and that's what we've got. Look at this fight for the lead now, ATL. Puzzled Nose in the 64, trying to get to the inside of Slide Job in the 88, who closes it off the line out of 4, but now the lap traffic, you saw that too.
Yep.
You took a deep breath when you saw these cars wiggle out of the corner, and these tires have worn. These cars are starting to lose grip. Marshmallow in the 27, about to be the first car a lap down unless he can really get moving. But these lap cars could pose another threat. Atlanta traffic always opens up the door for the overtake.
Yep, you're exactly right. And Puzzle Nose, man, oh man, that 88 you see wiggling, and Puzzle Nose has been trying to cut it to the inside. As you heard me deeply exhale, I saw him go down deep, and I saw that tire get really close to the apron. So I knew for a second that there was a possibility he could spin out, but he was good to go. And a Volts fan says, come on, Slide, carry that momentum. And that's exactly what he's going to want to try to do, make Puzzle Nose kind of come up to that wall, possibly hit it. And look at that, Puzzle Nose almost getting by that 88. We got ourselves a race right here for first place.
64 now to the inside, car 88 trying to hold him off. 88 has now been resigned to the outside, and he just can't hang on to that 64 any longer. That inside line has been blown wide open, and Puzzled Nose hanging on, not getting too loose. 64 holding tough on the inside. Austin Kahn in the 25. Now trying to make his way up into second.
Oh, man, 88 a Slide Job into the wall. Going to give a slight advantage to Puzzle Nose. He's trying to catch it back up with Slide Job to the outside. 88's going to reclaim that first top spot.
What an exchange between these drivers. 88 still on the outside, trying to hold on to her. The 64 of Puzzled Nose now to the inside of Austin Kahn in the 25, sitting in third. The red and the yellow green and Napa cars now to the outside. Loving the way that they look similar in there.
Oh, man.
64 of Puzzled Nose. Atlanta, you called it. He put a tire on the apron, and it cost him. One car around, we stay green at Bristol.
Yep, and that's exactly what you don't want to happen here at Bristol. You're trying to dip that car, you're trying to get that advantage, but what did I talk about? You've got to play it safe. It's still the final stage. You've got a little bit of time to wait still. You don't want to be making those moves. It's going to cost you. With Slide Job now taking away that 88 in the lead, 25 is now looking to get on by. I believe that is going to be, let's see. Yeah, Austin Kahn. I didn't know if it was Bedoin.
Icon.
Yep, Icon right there behind Slidey.
Austin Icon in the second position, but now he's got the 8 car of Extreme Shocks
Kiki
in
high.
third with another lap that ticks off. 25 in second place. Now here comes the 8 car of Extreme Shocks. He easily takes second away. He's hunting for first.
He definitely is, and losing it right there. Roy Sacco, greatly appreciate you tuning in, buddy. Saw you in the party, but couldn't say anything. 8 in the Napa car right there. Getting into it, Austin Icon is going to be dipping back down, coming back onto the track, but that's going to cost him some vital time as we head back to the front straightaway.
Back to the front straightaway, another lap ticks down, and we've got one fewer to the end. 88 leading the 8 car for now. Will the 8 of Extreme Shocks bide his time behind the 88, or will he go for the lead as he's doing right now, Atlanta? That answers the question. Here comes Extreme Shocks looking to take the lead.
Man, side by side as they come out of that turn, but the 8's going to have the advantage, able to get out in front. 88 back to second, and your new leader, Extreme Shocks, where he has been most of tonight, he is good to go.
8 to the front, he is your new leader, but Slide Job not letting him go without a fight. The 8 trying to stretch the lead, but the 88 now switching his line, switching his mode of attack. Another lap ticks down, certainly right, I would assume we're right around the 90 or 80 lap to go mark in this stage. Extreme Shocks now getting up behind Marty in the 7.
90 to go.
90 laps to go. 9-0 as we're seeing Extreme Shocks hit that lap traffic. That's exactly what Mr. Slide Job wants. Extreme slowing down gives him time to catch up.
The 7 of Extreme Shock, I'm sorry, the 7 of Marty now being put a lap down by Extreme Shocks. 88 laps remaining, and Marty McFly, who ended up winning that open in the back, and maybe he could have used a little bit of that boost from that DeLorean Atlanta. Who absolutely knows? But it's helped the 8 of Extreme Shocks just rocket away to this lead. Austin Icon now in third. Slide Job about to slide back to fourth. Marshmallow now going a lap down thanks to the 8 of Extreme Shocks, and only a caution can save anybody now, Atlanta. Look at the way he's just pulled away from second.
Oh, well, you know, Extreme Shocks has had a great race. He pretty much deserves this win here tonight, but there have been some contenders that I feel like also deserve it. So we'll see if a caution or something doesn't restack it, or we see Extreme Shocks just take it on home to the win.
Less than 85 laps remaining. The 8 car is up ahead, but these drivers will have pit stops to make before this one is over, Atlanta. Anything is still possible. Now that 14 car, the orange and silver machine, being piloted by Texas Spots, about to go a lap down thanks to Extreme Shocks. And there's a car that's gone around out of 2. It's Haskell the Rascal.
Man, oh man, Haskell the Rascal unfortunately getting around right there as Extreme Shocks crossing the start-finish line once again. No caution is out, so these drivers are still good to go.
Still good to go, and this leader in the 8 car, super good to go. Texas Spots slamming the wall extremely hard in 3 and 4, getting closer to the 8-0 mark. Now just ahead of car number 8 is that all-white 74 as Haskell goes around again. Big Belly Brand 47 in the all-white Camry, just up ahead from the leader.
Whew, man, well, you're starting to see it. Those tempers are starting to flare there, Rick.
Drivers are getting a bit impatient, Atlanta, and drivers are going to, again, I hate to keep banging on the word, but patience is the name of the game. There's the 78 of Big Belly Brand who tags the wall, and a couple of cars getting out of sorts. It is 9:35 Eastern Time, and as always, we should remind the fans of the bump. Right around 10 p.m. Eastern Time, the servers suffer a bit of a shock to the system, which makes some races impossible to recover. Multiple drivers lose connection, and the event has to be abandoned. So in this third stage, we should be very close to the end, right around 10 p.m., but that bump can come at any time, Atlanta.
Yeah, man, unfortunately, when you don't have the best of servers, that's the kind of stuff that happens. It can happen to any game, but if you can schedule it down to a specific time, that's pretty darn bad. So hopefully they'll get that fixed, and with the next NASCAR installment, we won't see that as much. But Extreme Shock still leading this race here tonight at Bristol. He has pulled away from everybody else. He has been the car to beat super fast, and 76 laps to go, as you hear Mr. Slide Job say.
There's the 78 of Big Belly Brand now on the inside line. So it's now 75 to go as the 8 car crosses that line, Atlanta. Pit stops imminent, but when will these drivers decide to go down? Do they short pit or do they stretch it as far as possible?
I don't know, man. If I am able to, I would try to stretch it as far as possible. That's just usually how I roll. But if you're somebody else, you might want to be, just trying to short pit really quick. It's really just based on personal preference and your strategy. I can tell you right now, I'm just somebody that's going to try to make it to the end. What about you, Rick?
Myself, I'm more of a conservative driver at Atlanta. I more prefer to make it all the way to the end, as we have one car in the wall. That's the 32 of Sticky Man. I believe we have right around 73 laps to go as the 8 car crosses that line and looks to put more drivers laps down. But during these green flag pit stops with 72 to go next time by, I would be thinking about making one more stop to the end.
Couldn't agree more. So we'll find out, man. We'll find out if they're going to take it, if they're not going to take it. And Kiki, you can talk to Mr. Slidejob 1996 on Xbox or Twitter, and he is going to be the owner of this league. Let me go over to his name really quick. There is his name up on the screen, the 88 car right there. Contact him on Twitter or contact him on Xbox Live, and you can find out how to become a part of the Fast Family League. More Than a Cave says, I think you pit with 65 to go. So we will find out if that holds true as Extreme Shocks. Looks like maybe just a little contact into that wall, but let's see exactly where these other guys are. Mr. Slidejob trying to make his way around this 95 car. I don't know if that's lap traffic or what. A little hard to tell without the
He's
lap.
on the lead lap.
Okay, so I don't know where
This is
anybody
for
is
second.
except... okay. So Mr. Slidejob currently fighting for second place, and he has come out on top.
Extreme Shocks now coming around. He's coming to, I thought he was moving slowly there, but possibly just trying to get a hold of that race car Atlanta. This is the time where it's dangerous for a driver to lose that concentration, lose that focus. You can see that the car starts to point in the wrong direction as he comes off the corner, and it's a combination of lack of tire grip and the driver just adjusting to how much wheel they have to give it off the corner.
Well, we are seeing them headed down to pits now, and we will see how things, I guess, turn out here very, very shortly. So far, so good.
Less than 70 laps to go now. The 8 of Extreme Shocks still leading quite handily. Drivers like Dab King have retired from today's race, as has the 9 of Libert 58. A shame given that they were going so well in the early off, but now with these drivers remaining, Austin Icon being overtaken by Mills, Marshmallow, who had a great start in stage 1, now a couple of laps down. Nilla MG, who ended up transferring from the Open. He's been involved in a couple of wrecks tonight, but Puzzled Nose in that 64. He's shown some fight for the lead at Atlanta. There's still plenty of drivers with a lot to offer in these final laps.
You're exactly right. Still a lot to offer. So we'll probably still see some great racing here in the last few laps as Extreme Shocks is headed down into pits.
The leader finally comes down pit road, and as always, pit stop penalties can happen and can affect anybody in this race. Extreme Shocks desperate to get out of pit road as Nilla MG joins him. The 8 car waiting, just hoping that he gets a chance to move. There he is, the 8 car's down and away. There goes Tempest on the outside. Will he come out with the lead?
We'll find out here shortly, but More Than a Cave says he normally pits between 55 and 65. Gives you good tires for that last leg, but he thinks yellow is going to fly again, so I guess we will see if you are right there, Extreme Shocks. Or not Extreme Shocks, More Than a Cave.
Less than 65 laps to go. Extreme Shocks with that lead, and now Slidejob overtaking Alex Bedoin for second place. 88 now in second. That 95 of Alex is in third, and it looks like the 4th place car that's going to be Puzzled Nose in the 64 Marshmallow in the 27 and now coming down pit lane. Atlanta, the conveyor belt is alive and well at Bristol. The 8 car still leads.
Man, oh man, let's take a look back right here. And actually, let's go to Slide Job's car. Usually that is going to be the car you can look at and see just how close he has gotten to that top car. You can now see him right there, but he's still got a long way to go if he wants to get all the way up to Extreme Shocks. Another caution would be very beneficial to many of these drivers.
The 8 of Extreme Shocks starting to pull away from the 88 of Slide Job as another lap takes down. These drivers are going to have to wait for a caution and try some sort of move to the inside. But so far, third place heating up. Alex Bedoin holding off that 64 of Puzzled Nose for the final podium position.
Ooh, I don't know. I don't know what is going to happen, man. I feel like there is going to be a caution. It's just going to be guys just trying to make their way to the front as fast as possible.
Well, anything's possible, absolutely, and especially at Bristol. We mentioned it at the top of the show, how space is limited, not only because it's a half mile, but the track is only so wide. Given the speed and how hard these drivers are going, look at that 95 right there, ATL. That's exactly what we're talking about. Little moments like that could develop into something huge.
You couldn't be more correct, Rick. Little moments turn into big moments, especially when you start getting a ton of cars involved. It's never going to end up good for you, but we'll see, man. I don't know. This has been I didn't really expect this race to go the way it's gone. I expected a lot more wrecking and banging, so they've been pretty good so far. So let's see if they can continue.
We'll see what transpires between second, third, and fourth. Now look at the 64 of Puzzled Nose to the inside of the 88. This is for second for that silver medal position, and Puzzled Nose just showing exactly what he's made of.
Yeah, Puzzled Nose has been a car tonight that I've really been watching as he is trying to get past that 88 to the inside. I really had never heard his name before, and he has really, shown that he is a driver that is pretty darn good, I'll say.
Cars still circulating around this racetrack. Mr. Slide Job behind the 95 of Alex Bedoin, just ahead of the 68 of Slushy. Meanwhile, at the front of this race, the 8 car of Extreme Shocks continuing to put cars a lap down one at a time. Sticky Man, the next driver, up ahead. Laps tick down one more time, and I believe it could be a one-lap race to the end from here, but anything is possible, Atlanta. If the caution comes out, I would expect these drivers to come down one more time for that shootout to the end.
Yep, you couldn't be more right. 45 laps to go, as you're hearing right there. Puzzle Nose getting into it just a little bit with the car next to him. And we're seeing some 3-wide racing, 725, trying to get past that 27 car. And I'm trying to get back to Extreme Shocks and see exactly where everybody is behind him, and still with a pretty darn substantial lead, I would say, Rick.
Substantial indeed. The only thing that can get in the way of the 8 car is indeed the 8 car Atlanta. He's driven just an inspired race all night long, and he'll drive for the cycle if he doesn't get in his own way, which is much harder than it seems. These drivers have to maintain focus during every moment, especially during big races like this.
Yep, couldn't be more right, man. You've got to pay attention and stay focused during these long races. I mean, I've been streaming for 2 hours and 15 minutes. I'm still right here, man. We're still doing it. So have you, Rick. So, if we can do it, they can do it. Extreme Shocks, though, man. He has got the attention span of whatever has a good attention span. He has just been crazy tonight.
absolutely has, getting around that 32 of Sticky Man, and now behind the 27 of Marshmallow, coming to the 4-0 mark sooner here. 40 laps to go, give or take a couple of circulations. So we'll see in this closing 40 here who's got what, but man, the 8 of Extreme Shocks just gets around drivers with ease. Meanwhile, the 95 and the 88 here having a close duel for second.
Third
place, excuse me.
No, it is all good, man. So Mr. Slide Job right here trying to battle it out for third place. He has been in first, he has been in second, and now he has been in third. And you can see him trying to dip it down low right there. And in our Chevy, who's left on the lead lap? Well, unfortunately, due to NASCAR Heat 5 not knowing how to make a game, we do not have that feature. So try to still figure that out.
At least the top 10.
Vols Fan 88, yeah, Slide trying to get maybe a little bit more aggressive as we get to 25 laps down as he's trying to get past this 95, but maybe holding out for a caution as well. You never know, but I'm pretty proud of these guys for running the way they have ran here tonight, and so far it's been pretty darn good. So greatly appreciate everybody tuning in once again to this Fast Family League All-Star race. Chickenfoot Racing says just gonna send it. Appreciate all the donations. Getting closer and closer to that tier. You guys are awesome. Always making that happen. Rick James as well. In the booth with me here tonight, Mr. Slide Job doing some in-race reporting as we were on board with him right there. But Jersey Devil getting past those cars to the outside and trying to get past this Gatorade car now as well as they make just a little contact as they enter the turn, trying to shoot it past the 81. Jersey Devil with a pretty darn good run as we come to the front straightaway.
That 95 of Alex Bedoin holding tight in the third position. Puzzled Nose up ahead in the 64. He's got a bit of a gap to third and fourth respectively. Now less than 40 laps remaining. The 95 holding off the 88 of Slide Job here. While these cars have spread out Atlanta, that doesn't mean they don't have future strategy planned for these final 35 or so laps.
Whew, man, 35 laps. You're getting down here. It's an all-star race. I always want to say temperatures, but tempers are really going to start flaring. And all I can think about is eating a bacon biscuit and grabbing a Coke and just watching the end of this race, man. It is going to be some theatrics here tonight, Rick.
I lost you there, Atlanta, but it looks like these drivers are starting to get a bit more comfortable with their race cars in these closing laps. That 95 of Alex Bedoin now just tearing away from the 88 of Slide Job. So first, second, and third, now fourth with substantial gaps to the next position behind.
Well, Rick, you called it. 10 o'clock is nearing, and it looks like some of that lagging might be occurring. Looking behind Extreme Shocks, it appeared that car did do a little bit of a lag spike, so we're going to be keeping an eye on that as we continue throughout this all-star race for the Fast Family League. But let's go take a look really quick at some of these other drivers. Alec Bodine trying to get up there. Bacon Biscuit, yes sir. I love bacon biscuits more than a cape. That is my favorite kind of biscuit.
Not only tasty, but they're plenty fast on the racetrack as well.
Oh yeah,
Atlanta.
You know they're fast, man. Bacon's slippery and greasy fast. These guys are fast. Extreme Shocks is fast and just avoids a car spinning out. If you guys just saw that, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That car was probably inches away from Extreme Shocks, but he was able to steer away and maintain that lead. Slide Job, what are we looking like on laps, sir?
About to cross the line here in a second. 24 to go.
24 laps to go. Talking about Jeff Gordon, Rick. Extreme Shocks has been the Jeff Gordon of this race.
It's been a fantastic race so far, Atlanta, with less than 24 laps to go. It's hard to believe, but anything is still possible. We saw that 64 go around by putting 2 tires on the apron there, and a lapse in concentration could spell disaster for any of these drivers. Welcome Texas Spots into the retirees list, and a couple of drivers coming down for tires and fuel.
Tires and fuel, man. Some guys might need it, some might not. I mean, I know many of times I have seen guys win races on fuel strategy. So, what if we see that tonight, Ricky? Yep, Extreme Shocks is the leader there, T-Glass.
Fuel strategy is obviously more than important here, but really it's going to be a control all the way to that very end. Alex Bedoin scraping the wall there out of turn number 2, holding on to third. Mr. Slidejob trying to catch back up, but that looks like Tempest. That's now moved into the 4th position here. He's 10th to go, so Slidejob remains in 3rd in these final 20 laps. A bit of a scrape against the wall, but these drivers just trying to nurse these cars home in the end.
Yep, I know how that is, man. Sometimes you just got your car not where you really want it, but a lot of these guys do. I mean, Extreme Shocks is out front, but you know, if you can run at least a little bit behind them, you'll be good to go here at Bristol for this all-star race. I know first place is what you want, but you know, you can't help it if it's like this, if it's just a blowout.
No, you absolutely could not help it at all, Atlanta. And you really couldn't expect these drivers to do a lot more, but their very best in the very end. And that's why they're here. That's why we're all here, as a matter of fact. So they're going to put on a show to the very end and try their very hardest. Even getting one more position at the end is something to race for.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, bragging rights, or you know, it doesn't stop at first place, you know, especially in these really good leagues where you're actually competing with guys that are worth the crap. You know, you sometimes get in leagues and people aren't even that good, but this is not one of those leagues. This is one of the top leagues on Xbox. You're actually going to have to fight for that win and even get in the top 5. I mean, that is something to, you know, write home about. It's really good to get a top 5 in these kind of races. So Extreme Shocks, you know, this might just be his track, his home track or something. He's just really good at it, but he's proven tonight, man, that he is a fast car in this race, in our Chevy. Yep. T-Glass, you'll be racing again soon. Well, Ricky, what are you thinking, sir?
Oh, I'm enjoying the sound of these race cars coming to the very end as this race starts to wind down, and just you can't just hate an all-star race, man. There's always a special event, and it's always just so much fun to see the talent that shows up and shows out in the very end. And one thrilling race after another, Atlanta, but really it's been just a clinic put on by the number 8 of Extreme Shocks.
Yeah, and you know, there's not much to talk about when it's like a blowout like this, but it is almost over. Is the number 28 taken? I am not sure, Kiki, but we will find out more than the game. Sorry, bud. And yeah,
9 to go, or 8
9
to go,
laps,
sorry.
8 laps to go
At the line, so it's going to be 7 left while these drivers really turn down these last 3.5 miles to this race. The 8 of Extreme Shocks pulling away with this one. The 64 of Puzzled Nose, the inside of Nilla in the 6. Tempest in that 81, a good first couple of stages. Slushy, Texas Spots, Sticky Man, all putting up a fantastic show. Now as Extreme Shocks gets around the 88 of Mr. Slidejob, one thing I've noticed is that he seems to be really saving his resources better than most, Atlanta. That 8 car has just been the darling of all sorts of conservation and any other fuel and tire strategy you can imagine in these final 6 laps. It's just been nothing but astounding to how he's driven this car.
Yeah, it really has. I mean, he's got my headphone coming back, but yeah, sorry, I lost my train of thought. He's been great. And I don't know, man. It gives me hope for Extreme Shock's future. I'm interested to see how he does on some different tracks for the Fast Family League. We'll find out, I guess, in the coming weeks. But 3 laps to go as they cross the line, and it looks like Extreme Shocks will take this race. We've been caution-free pretty much the whole time.
Caution-free for most of Stage 3, Atlanta, and I think that right there just speaks to the level of quality that these drivers can accomplish. In this last half mile, Extreme Shocks really leading the way in what has been an expertly crafted race.
You could not be more correct as we're watching Extreme Shocks come out of turn 4, crossing the start-finish line. And it looks like that is going to be his race here tonight. The winner for the Fast Family League race here tonight, All-Star Race, Extreme Shocks is your winner, ladies and gentlemen.
Did you guys want to interview top 3, top 5? It's up to you guys.
Yeah, we can do like top 3.
Top 3, okay.
Nicholas, as soon as this stream is over, sir, I will be sending you that code. If you want to contact me on Twitter, I can send you a picture of the code, but I will have to actually type it all out, and it's like a long type, it's like a long message, so I will send that as soon as I can.
Just 1 second, we'll get him in the party.
Well, we are waiting for the drivers to get into the party really quick, and then we will be underway for some interviews. Big congrats to Shocks.
Third place, Austin Icon on the lead lap. Or last car on lead lap, sorry.
Alright, hold on. I've got to unmute everybody.
Oh, hang on.
Make sure, yeah, your audio is already included. But he's got it.
Alright, you said Austin Icon. Where was he? I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Third place, last car on lead lap.
Alright, Austin Icon. How'd you think of your race tonight, buddy? Did a pretty good job tonight at Bristol, coming out 3rd place. How do you feel like your night went tonight?
It was a lot of fun. In my opinion, it was by far the most enjoyable race this season, with a lot of side-by-side racing. I think Extreme was kind of in a league of his own once we got going, but had a rough beginning to the second stage, first stage, fell back to 16th and got back up to 5th before the stage end, and then just kind of ran around 3rd most of the whole rest of the stage. I got to give a shout out to Alec, who came in here as the fan vote and ran in 2nd for a good portion of that, giving them a run for his money, but we had a good time.
Yeah, you guys did great out there. It's hard at Bristol to not get a lot of wrecks and, bouncing and banging going around. So you guys did a great job. So congrats on that 3rd place position for this all-star race here tonight. And Rick James, you want to take on that 2nd place driver?
It'll be Nilla, your open winner.
Let's take Nilla MG, our open winner. He's going to be our second spot on the podium tonight. Nilla, congratulations on getting that silver medal tonight. Even from the open, we saw that you had a lot of talent in that car.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I was really happy to be able to sneak in this race by winning that open. It's been really unfortunate that I haven't been able to find victory lane this year and clinch myself before tonight. But I was able to make the field, start in the back. I could never really get all the way through the field in the first couple stages. Just Bristol racing, it's tough, track position wise. I did make my way to about mid-pack there in the third stage. And, I don't really know how I found myself in second at the end. I don't know if just everybody was saving, because I went to the end of my pit window on both runs, and I was able to make it to the end without saving. So I don't know if that's just the way I got up there. It's just somehow I didn't really need to save where everybody else did. But I am absolutely ecstatic to sneak into this race, start in the back, and come away with a second place finish for PMR Racing. And a big shout out to my buddy Extreme for getting the win too. Sounds like you were just on fire up there. So good race, boys.
And last
Great
but not
race
least,
indeed. And now we can throw it to our we can throw it back to Atlanta, who's with our race winner.
your $190 winner.
Yep, it's going to be a winner here tonight. Who are we talking about? We're talking about Shocks,
Extreme
man.
Shocks.
He won. Oh, trust me. I know. I said his name about 300 times tonight. Shocks, how you doing tonight, buddy?
Doing great now.
Yeah, I bet, man. How'd you feel like obviously your night went well, but how do you feel like you did tonight at Bristol? And was there any strategy, did you have a certain strategy going into this race here tonight that you used to come out on top?
I definitely knew there was going to be a little bit of saving, especially in that first stage and then in that last stage. So I made sure to try and even that out between the two runs. And I just knew I've had a lot of trouble when it comes to pit road this year. So I made sure that I was getting onto pit road easy and not making any mistakes that I could definitely prevent. And we ran basically an almost perfect race and ended up getting the $190.
Well, that is freaking amazing, and big congrats. $190 after the holidays. That's pretty darn great right there. An extra cash in your pocket per se. So big congrats to you, man. And I'm excited to see some more extreme shocks in the NASCAR Heat 5 racing world.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
All right, Slidey, what you talking?
All right, so I just want to thank everybody for coming to the second Fast Family Racing All-Star Race. It was a blast, and I want to thank Rick James and Atlanta Racing for doing an awesome job in the booth, and I want to thank all the guys that donated for the prize pot. I really appreciate it. That's what makes our league so special, is that we come together and put on shows like this. So, and congratulations to all the drivers for putting on probably one of the best races of the year. So, but thank you guys, and you can catch us back on Wednesday. The National Series is going to do their holiday race at Martinsville, and then we'll be back at all three series next week at Kentucky.
Well, sounds like a good plan there, Mr. Slide Job. Rick James, greatly appreciate you being with me tonight, sir. E-Rock, greatly appreciate that. We try up here in the booth to bring y'all the best show. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And Ricky, any last words before we head off here tonight? Well, doesn't look like I have Rick right there. So greatly appreciate everybody tuning in, and I hope everybody has a great night. Thanks for watching this Fast Family Racing All-Star Race. Your winner is going to be Shocks.